Samantha.
I want to make that a thing.
L5R. I don't know if that worked, if you guys heard that or not.
Was that subtle? Was that just
Right.
pro move?
Hi.
Before we go through our introductions and everything, first off, this is Happy Jack's RPG Actual Play, and this is going to be session 1 of L5R.
Legend of the Five Rings Beta.
Yes, and what am I calling it? Dissension.
Dissension.
The name of the game.
What am I?
Or if you're a purist, you could call this episode 19 of Saga of the Inukai. But we're going to call this session 1.
Season 3, episode
Season
1
3,
of
episode 1.
Saga of the Inukai.
But of course, as is a tradition, every time we start an L5R game, we have assembled sake bombs, and of course we have a glass of Sapporo and a couple
And
chopsticks.
oh yeah, what was the sake that we got here for those of you out there?
Tycoon?
Right, see?
Taiku.
Taiku sake.
Yeah, it's cheap.
No, I forgot how this works again. You're supposed
It's not
to.
that cheap. And then you're going to rest it. See, I found the sake bomb cups because they have little serrations on the sides.
Oh.
I had to search around for these things because the red ones don't have this.
ridges.
Oh, that's not. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do that.
No, you just. It's not that far apart, I don't think, Stu. Because we got to do this, right?
Well,
You,
that's
you
right, we
hit
gotta
the
ba-
table and bounce
Oh, it
until
does?
bounces apart.
Is that how that works?
That's what you guys did last time.
That's what we did last time, but I've always, other than that, I've always experienced that you're just supposed to grab.
Should we just grab? I like pounding the table.
I did.
Audio is
Well, let's-
peaking a lot, evidently.
The audio is peaking.
What's it looking at?
Hello, I'm audio.
Taking a picture of...
Peeking.
Oh.
I just turned the stream.
Oh.
We will see what husband says.
All right.
It's gonna get worse as we start hammering on the table.
That's true. Are we ready?
Okay. Sake bomb! Oh.
Good thing you put that stuff down.
Woo!
That's almost as bad last time. We forgot paper towels.
Kimmy, with the all right. Fist bump. Fist bump. Good job.
Thank you.
Right.
Where's
And
paper
of course
towels?
we got all completely prepared, but we have no
Yeah,
paper
we need
towels.
Paper towels.
Now we need them now.
So just so you know, in preparation of this game, I've replaced our tabletop, our nice wooden tabletop, with a waterproof faux tabletop.
Paneling.
A faux top.
Thank you.
That leaves an aftertaste, man.
I will be the first guy to admit that I'm a heavy drinker, but I'm not a chugger. It's not my jam.
Heavy sipper.
Oh Lord, you're gonna have
I
to
got it all
retake
over
your
the
mark,
floor.
I'm afraid.
I finished it though.
Yeah,
You did.
You did. I didn't. I'm the
Time
one.
looks like
Fine,
that.
whatever.
respectable time too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
None of
you.
this. Yeah.
The charm's all like, Kimmy looks like she was about to cry. Yes, I did, but I finished it anyway.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. I'm proud of myself.
I think it's very admirable.
Thank you.
And I like to savor my sake.
To savor your sake bomb. Hand me the sake bottle again. Thank you.
Flavor-wise, it's not a good choice to savor the sake bomb. Just put it out there.
Well, we're using Sapporo. We're not using like a...
And cheap sake as well.
I used Angry Orchard.
It's not cheap sake.
all right.
It's mass-produced, but it's not of poor quality.
This is not... Look at
See,
the
I like
bottle.
his words are better than yours.
It's not a cheap sake.
No.
All right. Hi.
So, we're actually a gaming channel.
My name is Stu, and I will be your GM for this game.
Oh shit! I gotta get my
This drink-
papers.
This drinking game. And to my left
I'm
is a player.
Kadave, and I will be playing Ichiro, a Phoenix Clan elementalist.
God, I spilled all over myself. Okay.
Digital.
Ready to go? Thank you.
I'm playing Stork,
Sorry.
and my name is.
My name is.
Katsuki. No, I'm playing Katsuki, a Shiba Guardian. My name is Stork, and he's also of the Phoenix Clan because that's all you. That's the only Guardians you're allowed to make right now, I guess. Or Phoenix Guardians.
And I'm Kimmy. And in addition to finishing my sake bomb in a reasonable amount of time, I am.
We just
I
lost.
remember this is one of the reasons.
I was
The
trying to be polite.
He covered his microphone.
I
and
did. I
everything.
covered the mic. I just didn't want to burp over
There, I
your
got
dialogue.
I am playing Makiko, who is a, well, now ex-member of the Crab Clan, because she is Ronin, and I am a Hida defender, a Bushi. So.
Bushy. No, right? Jack Sue. It's an old Barney Miller, and it's one of the best scenes ever. It's like somebody gets brownies as evidence. They're pot-laced brownies, and they leave them out, and he eats them, and he's all mushy. And it's Jack Sue. It looks, he's got like this sort of melty face anyway, so he's hysterical. Somebody's looking it up right now on the interwebs.
Absolutely.
That's just.
I'm going to keep practicing if I can. Ready?
That's the show that also had
It's kind of loud.
Abe Vigoda.
As Fish, yeah.
Right. They had a very old cast.
Well, but he wasn't even that old. He just looked old forever. He's
Abe
one of these.
Vigoda-
He lived so
yeah.
long.
Oh yeah. He's one of those guys that was like he's 18, looks like 45.
Really?
Kinda
had no
dude.
I
idea.
think he
Yeah.
was in his like 40s. He was like 40 or 41 when he did it, but he looked like he was 70.
I have no idea what we're talking about. I lost that conversation.
Barney Miller.
Abe Vigoda.
I don't.
Best baseline intro ever. Even better than Seinfeld.
All right.
Better than
So
Seinfeld.
today we are playing
Ba-da-bum.
Now,
Fantasy
what about,
Flight Games L5R Beta,
Yeah.
what was that? Dun, dun,
and we're
dun,
new
dun,
to
dun,
it,
dun, dun,
and we're
dun.
learning it. So we
And if
will
you
learn
have
with
maybe
you.
right.
and we're going to make a lot of mistakes.
Yes,
A ton of mistakes.
Yes.
all the mistakes.
And you can go to our forum, happyjacks.org/forum, and there under actual plays, there is a section called L5R
Dissension. It's got the name of the campaign on it.
and you can go in and say, hey, you did this rule wrong, you did that rule wrong, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. And we do read that, and on the second session we will note those corrections and attempt to mend our ways.
Yes.
And because this is a beta, we may be editorializing until we actually get a hold of some of these mechanics. So you might hear us talking
Shit.
about some of the mechanics
Yes.
before we fully mastered it, or maybe even after we've mastered it. But
Right.
that's part of the reason we're doing this.
Yes. Part of the charm.
All right.
We're cutting edge. This game isn't even a game yet.
It's not even a game. All right. So you guys, we figured that you came together and you're traveling, all traveling to the Asai Valley
Should we each
together.
talk about our character a little bit more?
Sure, if you would like. Or do you want to do that as you're walking along the road?
Oh, we can do that.
All right.
I just think it's important information too.
So you kind of enter Crablands, or sorry, Cranelands from like the roughly like the northwest, and you come across some fields, and you're definitely in
Crane.
crane territory, right?
Okay, we knew what you meant.
Yeah, you're definitely in crane territory.
Flowery and
No.
weak seeming.
No, not at all. In fact, it's kind of the opposite of that.
Oh.
There are farmlands, and it looks like the like wheat crops and all the various things of barley or all the various things that are growing have basically maybe perhaps a couple weeks before harvest time. Someone set fire to them.
Ooh.
So you're passing through literally miles and miles of
Desolation.
absolute desolation. No one has. I mean, there's a few hovels here and there because a farmer will have a big field and they have his little house out in the middle of nowhere. So a lot of those look like they're abandoned. None of them look like, you don't see bodies lying everywhere, but you do see pretty much every parcel of farmland you come to has been burned up. If you can, obviously you can't burn the rice paddies because there's a lot of water in rice paddies. But all the rest of the crops,
Okay.
they're gone.
Are the rice paddies like dug up or something, so they're destroyed too?
In this area, there's not a lot of rice paddies, but there's a few of them, and it looks like they were just left intact.
Okay.
Because the vast majority of what they're growing isn't.
Got it.
Does it
Okay.
still smell like smoke and ash?
This looks like it probably happened weeks ago, so it probably still has that acidic, burnt smell, but nothing smoldering or anything like that. But definitely, these fields they're black, completely black. They're definitely burned. And as you kind of travel through this area, you see almost no one. I mean, there's you occasionally you'll see out in the distance you'll see some farmer tending a little tiny parcel of land that didn't get hit or something like that. But for the most part, you don't see anyone. As you keep traveling east, you then start to see farmlands that have not been burned. And it looks like they have, for the most part, recently been harvested. You see, there's a few places where you see large bundles of, the big bushels of wheat have been bundled up. You can see some farmers in the distance working in buildings where they keep their grain.
Before we get that far, does it look like there's lots of horse hooves and trampling through the fields as well, or does it look like these fires were set and the fires jumped from one field to another? Does it look like the fires were all set at the same time, or we have a lot of time to look at this stuff as we're walking through?
First, it is less than a month away from winter, so the rains have kind of started, so your roads aren't showing a lot of stuff. But if you would like to make whatever sort of perception roll this game has, you may certainly do so.
I do, but I also want to say to Ichiro, so this is a lot of wet fields that went up all at once. Do you sense anything different at work here?
Oh, let me just state, for the record, Stork's character is mute.
Oh, yeah.
And he is talking to you in...
RSL.
Rokugan
Sign language.
Oh, see, I think it was probably PSL. Phoenix.
Oh, all right.
Specific on that.
All right. It's like little fiery gestures.
According
in
to
the
my
air.
daughter, who's taking ASL, there has been a version of sign language since time immemorial.
Right.
And it's actually been standardized really early on because, for whatever reason, it's a really interesting concept. But deaf people, a lot of deaf people have been around, especially after wars and things, and they've always needed a way to communicate. They weren't always just completely isolated. They were to a point, but apparently there's always been sort of
no
sign
universal language, though.
Yeah,
Right.
There's
Funny
no
that.
universal.
Funny that.
Yeah.
No Esperanto.
You would think that would be a great opportunity to have something like that, but no.
ASL is actually kind of close because if you know ASL, you can go to Japan and sign very similar
You
stuff.
can't talk to anyone in South Africa.
No, but there's like American Sign Language. There's other sign languages.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sign language.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then there's the made-up one. The guy that did
Esperanto?
the speech.
Oh.
What was it? The World Cup, or what was that?
Oh yeah, that guy that was
South
totally
Africa?
just shining it on, like he
think it was
wasn't
a woman.
actually
I thought
a.
It was a guy.
It was a guy?
dude.
He was
Yeah.
just sitting there making it up.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was not
People
a
were
sign
like-
language expert at all.
It was so awful. Anyway, so yes, I'm mute, so as I tap him on the back and make a couple of quick signs.
Real quick before we get started, too, do you know what helpful players are going to do? Because we just got a bunch of them.
I have no idea.
Think about it. All right, I'm going to hold all these helpful players until Stu knows what we're doing with
It
them.
could maybe be another keep dice.
No way.
So we'll sort of mess things up.
No way. It's
Reroll
never
one
going to be
dice?
never going to be another
Like,
keep
take one
dice.
dice from your pool to reroll.
Could it add a skill die?
Well, adding another die means you have more chances to succeed. Adding another keep die could go badly. Like you might have to keep
You don't have
one.
to keep 3 though. You're never required to keep
Oh.
more.
Yeah.
You can keep, but you don't have to keep any. You can just say, "Oh, I rolled terribly. I'm not doing anything." You don't have to. You're not compelled to keep.
I like the reroll or the pick one die to reroll. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it depends which die it is though, because the distribution of the symbols on them matters. Because the black dice, the D6s
hopefully you
have a
choose
lot
well.
of stuff on them.
Well, I would assume most of the time you have to roll and then you can pick one to reroll. You'd pick the one that was the worst. So kind of, it'd be
Right. Let me look at them. Let me look at it for a
Okay, we're
minute.
gonna think about it.
What if you make it an automatic
There.
success?
Oh, they said getting a void point. That's what the chat
Oh.
room suggests, possibly.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a lot of void points, though. Like,
That's a lot of void points.
yeah,
Yeah,
if they
that's
decide to
true.
spend a lot,
Yes.
you get like 8.
Yeah.
What about an automatic success?
Not an automatic success.
So we're going to use the
You're
same
gonna have a
number of
lot.
duels.
You're gonna have a lot of them. Look what happened in the vampire game.
Right,
Yeah.
I know.
The game ended, and it's like, oh, I've got 16 extra dice.
Yeah.
But one rule a couple of the jams have started, and I think that's a good rule, is that you have to use them in that session. They don't carry over.
Right.
So that way you don't get, oh, I have.
But I don't want someone to spend something on something and then not.
I feel like that is there. If you choose poorly with the player that you picked and they are stingy and don't use it.
If you know it's right at the end of the game session and it doesn't seem like we're in combat, maybe not the right time for help a player dice.
I got it. Every time you get to help a player, we have to do a sake bomb.
No.
Oh, Lord!
Yeah, right?
No.
Come on, this will be great.
No, that's not helping. That is, in fact, not helping. That's the opposites of helping.
I'm here for you.
I'm gonna say you can re-roll a skill die.
Reroll a skill die.
Yes.
Okay.
That's subject to change.
That's subject to revision. But looking at the symbols on them, that's what I'm kind of thinking is the deal. So
Okay.
if you have one, and Stork, can you hand me that green bag? I'll get you guys some poker chips.
And
Oh, not green bag, the
skill
black
di-
bag.
The skill die are
black-
the...
I got it, Stork. I got it.
Skill dice are the
The
D12s.
D12s, okay.
And that may change because I'm not that familiar with how the
See,
how
now
the
you got the
dice
chat
are
all
mixed.
excited about the sake bomb thing.
Right?
Soccer bomb.
Well, yeah, they want to see us get
I know
tore
what
up
my
and
job
just
is on
drooling
this.
on ourselves.
So how
they
many
want.
am I giving out?
All right, so right now...
And you can give them to the GM.
She's going to be like, what?
But it has to be in the form of
No, that's against
explaining
the rules.
Shh, it has to be in the form of explaining the game mechanics to me. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So you can't actually
Help
give
a
help
GM, don't
players.
actually give me a
you
chip.
can send notes to him. I'm
Right.
happy. Not that you've not ever been able.
Right.
Yeah, you've always been able to. Don't tease them
How
that
many?
way. There's one for me,
I got super excited. for
one
that.
for Dave, one for Stork, all from Sir Guido. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Guido.
And then we have one from Stork that was actually bought like 3 days ago, during the
Werewolf?
podcast.
Oh, through the podcast?
Yeah. Someone's like, I don't.
That one's gone. Can we just
Yeah,
find another one?
yeah, I
It's under there
dropped it. I
somewhere.
can't find it. That's not
It's
helpful.
lost.
Stop. Okay. And that one was from Vampire 54. So, awesome.
During the podcast? That's funny.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, a thing came up. Did I comment?
It was-
I may have even commented. I'm like, why is there help a player during the show?
Yeah.
Because Stork was just losing that argument.
Clearly. Clearly.
Oh, you know what? It was because everyone was supporting Tim.
Yeah.
Right.
Ah.
And that was funny to watch. Okay,
It was.
so what are you gonna do?
Yes, okay, so it seems like a lot of fires to be started all at once during winter season. Do you
I-
sense anything strange?
It certainly doesn't seem accidental.
I don't think that's fair.
What?
Okay. I feel like there has to be another way for you to communicate with him.
He has a chalkboard.
You want me to write it out every time?
I don't know. I mean,
Here's the thing. You can't understand
no,
me,
I got
so-
that. No, I know that. I just feel that puts.
I think you should have to have. There should be some embarrassing gesture that goes along with talking to Dave.
Oh, okay.
Like a,
All right, so
I don't know.
every time...
Right. Let the record show for those listening at home that Stark just put a paper towel roll
I'll
over
use my
his-
fan.
The fan.
So, because that way you can't see my mouth. So,
I feel like I think the chat room was actually talking about this, like, or not chat room, the Discord was actually talking about this earlier today, and I think there's actually a role that you do to communicate via non.
I don't want to do that with them.
Okay.
Because they grew up
Known
together.
each other for
Right.
years and years.
right, and we're at the same school, and we're saying this disadvantage comes a disadvantage when I'm not talking to him, or maybe even a handful of Phoenix who may or may not even talk to me because I'm running.
Right.
If they don't kill me first. So really, it's only between he and I.
Okay.
It's Han and Chewie. Everybody looks at him, and then Han answers back, but nobody knows what Chewie said. You maybe get some idea of the context. Same with Groot and Rocket.
Right. I am Groot.
Right? No, that's not that button.
You
it's
need to
that.
watch your language.
Exactly.
Well, like, I'm also super excited about the mechanics of him saying, like, I think this is a terrible idea. We shouldn't do that at all. And me going, he's ready. Let's go.
And I also want to show that you can play a mute character without it being an absolute total hindrance of just sitting there on your phone all the time because you can't say anything, which is how most people play mutes.
Right.
So they just check out from the game because they can't do anything. Well, I can't talk. That's not true.
That's absolutely not true. All
So,
right.
I agree. It certainly doesn't seem like this could be an accidental thing. It would be really strange for this much to burn, I think, with
During the wet season and all
yeah,
as
with,
much as it is.
through rice paddies. Like, that's
So
not.
do you sense anything?
Well, not through rice. The rice patties
They
aren't,
didn't
aren't
burn, but they're around.
Yes.
So fires would have a hard time jumping to the next field.
Yes.
But you said that there weren't any like hoof prints or anything like that.
Well, it's hard to tell because it's been
Okay.
raining. That's why
Okay,
I'm
got
going to leave it to the dice to decide if he
Okay.
can see something like that. Bill says we should have an actual chalkboard.
Yeah.
Bill Roper?
Yeah.
You're,
He's helping.
I agree with and support Bill Roper.
no.
Says Loki.
No.
Do we have a minute? I can.
You have a minute, sure.
You want to look up how to do this?
No. I'm not saying in real life. Like in the game.
Yes.
Would you
just-
all mind if we paused for a few? Find a nice shady spot under a charred tree.
Okay. A lot of the trees are left intact. I mean, it's
Well, yeah, but their trunks would be charred.
yeah. Oh, sure, absolutely.
That kind of thing.
Sure, I have to get off the road and stretch my legs. We're not riding horses or anything, right? Are you riding a horse?
Are we?
Did you get a horse?
Are we ponyized?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. Just
I'm
curious.
assuming you're not.
No. Just backpacks and. I want to have on the end of my Nagata. I want to have like one of those bags that like you carry like
Like
hobos,
Zanoichi, yeah.
like hobos used to. Yeah.
Except instead of being blind, you're deaf
Yeah.
or mute.
Mute.
Yeah, he has little sticks that he sticks in his ears, and he taps the ground with them as he walks. Is that how it works?
Yes.
So I am going to make a commune with the spirits ritual
Okay.
attempt.
I want you to use Slack.
It's called a bridal stork.
Bindle.
Bindle.
Oh, okay. Really small writing. It's all the way over there.
Yeah.
So I'll take a minute.
That's not a billabong.
A billabong.
Right.
It's a rucksack, I think, or maybe it's a
Billabong
tucker
or
bag.
like
He's a
tucker bag.
carpetbagger. That's what he is.
Is that a billabong is where you sit. Waited by the billabong, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
I don't know.
Up jump the tucker man. Oh, yeah. The billabong is like the water hole. Yes.
Okay.
You can't wait by your rucksack. You wait by the water hole for people, right?
I don't know.
I can't think of anything but like beachwear.
Anyway, back to the game. What do you want to do? You want to commune with the
Better than waiting by the Quicksilver.
It's
I'll tell
a
you
shallow
what.
pond.
you want to
Everyone waiting.
I want to attempt to commune with the spirits.
Okay. All right. Is there? Are you looking for anything in particular, or?
I want to see what the fire spirits here. I'm specifically fiery trained.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to see what the fire spirits have to say about. I mean, they probably had a great time for a while. But
Yeah, it was a party.
find out what was going on
That's
and why they were
absolutely-
here. That kind of a deal.
That's absolutely that's the best idea I've ever heard.
So I must make a TN1 theology check,
Very well.
fire based. But could I have some dice back?
Sure.
I'll roll real dice.
You can roll real dice.
Thank you.
Master Vita.
Master
Master
Vita?
Bitter,
Master
yeah.
Vita.
He made handmade versions of all the fancy dice for us.
I don't know what kind of dice I need to pull out.
Your skill dice are the
D6s?
D12s,
Oh, the D12s. Okay.
and your ring dice are the D6s. If I'm correct in that, and I believe I am. Yeah, ring dice are D6s, skill dice are D12s.
Very good.
And you're going to keep.
Your ring amount of dice. I'm sure of that.
One to your ring, yes.
Yeah.
Right, so you only pull the.
Do you have any advantages or disadvantages that we need to know about?
That would affect this in particular? I
Yes.
don't think so.
And just for now, let's explain why you're rolling, what dice you're rolling, and how many you're rolling.
I am rolling 3 D6
For your ring.
for
your
my
fire
fire,
fire
ring,
ring. Okay.
and 3 D12s for my theology skill.
Okay.
Excellent.
And you're going to end up keeping 3 of these dice.
3 of these dice, if I want.
if you want. You can keep. You have to keep 1. I just
Okay.
read. You
I must
keep
keep
from
1.
1 to your ring.
Very good. Well, I apparently
I
have
see.
not adjusted to rectangular.
I see a
rolling
success. I see 2 successes with nut sacks, which I believe are called strife.
Right, so here is for,
What are
for
the-
those who play along.
What are the yellow ones? Are those the
Yellow
opportunities?
is opportunity.
Those are the
Yes,
opportunities.
opportunity.
Okay.
So yellow is the little flower. Okay.
It's hard to see.
Okay, so I'll take a success,
So let's see.
and then
You need
I will
2, right?
take.
You need a TN2.
Yellow.
No, it's TN1.
Oh, TN1. Okay. Well, you can just take 1 die.
Well, I will take the other 2,
Red.
the opportunity ones.
Okay. All right.
'cause Then I keep 3, and
Okay. What are the opportunities that can activate with that?
I will see
ability?
next. If I succeed, choose and receive one of the following boons from the spirit. Sense the kami, detect all spirits and uses of their magic within a number of range bands equal to the ring I used plus my bonus successes. Well, that's 3. Within 3 range bands. And then... Oh, no. I guess
Those
I could do...
Those are extra successes.
No. Okay. I'm going to go with spiritual knowledge. That's the second choice for... learn one fact the spirits know about the area.
Okay, all right.
And then extra successes...
You don't have any extra
No, I'm sorry. Opportunities.
Okay.
If I succeed, receive an additional boon. Oh, okay. So I'm going to take that. So first, I'll learn one fact about the area.
Okay.
And then I will sense any kami that have been stirred up by other practitioners of magic.
Okay.
With one of my opportunities. And with the second opportunity, I will reduce the target number of my next check to appeal to fire kami by 1.
Okay. The kami tell you that men came and burned the fields. This was a mundane source of magic. They were not using Shugenja to do this.
All right.
Does that answer both of your questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it wasn't caused by a magic
No,
user.
it was not caused by magic. And it was some dudes who came here.
Okay. And they're not very good at differentiating dudes.
Well, they might for Shugenja. They might go. Oh no, the person was one of those water people.
He was telling us what to do.
I would think.
But they wouldn't know the difference between like a soldier and a peasant. Or...
They were soldiers. They were definitely
Oh, okay.
soldiers. They were
All
definitely
right.
soldiers.
Cool. All right. So I will relay some information back about
Sushi.
the.
Sushi bomb.
No.
Oh,
I have a bite.
No? You want
Yeah,
fish and beer.
It's fresh. It just spilled
Yeah,
over my
that's
bag.
great.
Don't worry. You don't have to be defensive
Yeah,
about
you're
your
fine.
sushi bring. You brought us sushi. That's
People,
awesome.
people look at it and go, is that gas station sushi? And it looks a little dodgy. I'm like, it was fine. It fell over when in transport here.
So the fires here were not magical. It seems like some soldiers came and burned the fields, but I don't have a reason why.
Well, that's more than we knew before. I've just now finished untuning. Ming, 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 ming. I gotta put this away now.
Yeah. Yes, you do. It's a shame. I know.
It's a shame it's end. Sorry.
I would be curious as to why they would be burning fields right before harvest.
Well, obviously somebody attacked them.
I don't think that that's a common attack strategy.
She's not wrong. If you want to weaken your enemy before you attack them.
Of course, if you want to weaken your enemy, you destroy their food source.
I don't know how she understood me. It's pretty awesome.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I know,
I'm saying the
I know.
logical thing because
That's why I'm like, he's signing off to the
Yeah.
side, and I'm like, are
I'm
you
ignoring
translating?
him.
Like,
I'm not even looking at him. It's like,
no,
if you want to weaken your enemy, you cause famine.
sure. But I'd be curious to find out if there was something else wrong. Because it seems like these other farmers that aren't too far away are not fleeing in terror, nor are they gone. They're harvesting their fields normally now that we've
Well,
progressed
this is the
a
most
little
outlying
farther.
fields. It's low-hanging fruit. It's easy to get to.
Yeah, but we don't see any other soldiers around. If they had been under attack and enemy soldiers had come and burnt their fields, they would probably have some watchmen.
Well, maybe another angry farmer came and burned his competitor's fields.
No, it was soldiers for sure.
And wasn't this place famous for bandit raids like 100 years ago?
Was it?
Out of character. Was it 100 years ago?
Sure, this area, absolutely.
When we were doing our thing?
Yeah, my mic wasn't on. Yes, absolutely.
Bandit raids. Maybe. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll find somebody.
It's
Yes,
true, though.
I agree. Bandits is a good conclusion.
It's true. What bandits burn the fields if they just want? Curiouser and curiouser. Well,
'Cause at the same time, if you conquer a land that has nothing left, what have you gained?
Land.
To do what with?
Well, burning.
If everyone
makes-
there is starving to death,
Well, burning crops makes things more fertile and easier to grow for the next season when it is in your control.
but does your army march out with a bunch of villagers waiting to farm?
My army defends the wall.
Exactly my point. How much farming do you do on top of the wall?
And that's an interesting point that she brings up as well,
None.
because
We don't
Right.
do any.
Right.
No.
So, burning fields here.
I just keep
hurts
talking
the
over him because
effort.
I don't know he's talking.
because it could affect
Crosstalk, guys. Crosstalk.
it could affect all of our
It's in
Rokugan.
character.
This is going to be super stressful for me. I'm just saying, it's going to
Hey,
be really
for
stressful.
you, I have to filter out what I'm hearing and what I'm not.
I know. But I'm still trying to absorb two sources of information at the same time.
Only one is important.
She's right. She's right. It will affect all of Rokugan as well, because this is a major food breadbasket for.
The more
Even the crab
fields
will
here
be
that are
affected.
burnt, the less there is to eat for everyone.
Right.
Yet again, a question as to why this path has been chosen. For
Perhaps
war.
we should ask the local farmers if you're so curious.
We could.
Okay. You can do that.
Yeah, I'll head towards.
You see, like, there's some rice paddy, and there's a guy tending it. He's like one of the lucky ones, probably.
He's a rice farmer.
Right.
Everyone buys sake futures. Because beer is going to be really in the toilet next year.
You there, farmer.
Oh, he looks at you and he
Dipping
kowtows.
his nose in the water.
What
No, he's
happened?
like up on the berm.
Yeah, what happened to the lands around this place?
The crab came and burned it.
I double over laughing.
Is
He's not well.
Is there a reason?
They came in, they lit torches, they burned everything that would light,
My goodness.
and then they left.
They took no one with them.
No.
Okay.
Queso.
De Colby.
De Colby.
Thank you. Continue with your duties.
Is that a common practice thing? Do you
This is strange.
send raiding parties to burn fields far from the wall? Is that
Food is a valuable resource in crablands. We have very little agriculture of our own. Burning crops seems senseless. Unsurprising considering the current leadership.
What you
well?
mean
There
by
we
that?
agree. By the way, I still am probably super feeling guilty about the fact that I made him become an exile with me.
I'm sure.
Just in general. Just putting it out there.
Vampire
Well,
54 says Kimmy will 13th the warrior the shit out of this. She's listened.
I like that movie.
It's a
As
great
Viking
movie.
movies go, I mean, it's one of the best. And there's not a lot of great Viking movies. There's not a lot of Viking movies.
Have you ever seen Vikings
Yeah.
with Ernest Borgnine?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I have. Not Vikings, the current series, which is amazing, but
Oh well, yeah. Pales in comparison to Ernest Borgnine.
well, it's Ernie Berg. It's Ernie Borgy. Come on.
Right. Anyway,
Eric the Red with Tim Robbins.
In desperation, I can see Crab perhaps stealing food, but senselessly burning food sources.
Before harvest. Even, yeah, that.
Well, this is all conjecture.
Dishonorable because, I mean, those foods could go to the soldiers who protect this Rokugan rather than burning it needlessly.
I think the only thing we can do is forge on and find out when we find some
They're not vigorous.
crane soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them what's been happening. Maybe the Lord here is in a fight with the crab. I don't know.
It is possible. They have been distracted by political follies as of late.
Are you eating crunchy food, Stu?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you not get the note? Oh,
I
okay.
muted my mic.
Stu, don't play that.
Nope. I have control.
It's crunchy as shit.
Yeah, I could tell. I could hear it over here. Oh, while we have a little break, as a side note, I'm doing a little research on mutes. Mutes can make noises and sounds and even laugh.
Yeah.
They just can't speak. And specifically this one, because of the way he became mute, he can still whistle, laugh. I haven't tried singing yet.
There was bulb horn. The bulb horn.
Yeah, like Harpo. Yeah.
Harpo.
Harpo didn't do anything. Yeah, he'd stomp, clap, and whistle.
All right. So you guys continuing on? Okay.
I think I'll have a snack
All right.
before we do.
Okay. We can have.
You want to roll dice for it?
I don't know.
Is there a mechanic for it that we can
I
test
don't
right now?
think there is.
All right.
Can I roll my
Excited to
snack
roll the
dice?
dice.
It was like 5 minutes
yeah.
in and we get to roll dice.
Yeah.
I would take a moment.
Okay.
Just, we've already stopped.
Right.
Get some Rokugani trail rations,
Right.
like some coconut and raisins,
Sure.
Roku,
M&Ms,
Roku granola.
granola bar, have a little nosh.
Okay. Do you want to continue on?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you
While
try-
he's eating, I'm caring for my weapons and my armor.
It's now like full on raining.
Oh, garbage.
You got to eat first.
Oh, but I will let everyone know that I have a monstrous hat.
Like one of those, like one of the Furies.
One of the
Storm or Thunder?
storms. Yeah.
Storms. From Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, it is absolutely like that with the hatch.
Those were absolutely, the umbrellas of the day.
That is my jam.
I don't care. I'm just stomping in puddles, carefree.
Okay. All right.
I splash him a bunch of times. I run up, splash.
Now you're seeing emptied fields, piles of stuff, farmers with wagons with donkeys or
Ponies,
bison or ponies.
oxen.
Oxen, that's what I'm thinking
Yeah,
of.
not
Like
bison.
piled high, 12, 15 feet high bushels of stuff.
The Rokugani farmers with freaking bison.
Right. I don't know.
Like,
Orax.
here's the
Oxen
thing:
is what I was thinking of.
4-ton animal. Like,
Right.
See,
And-
now I got to go do historic research and find out what they did use in Asia for farm animals.
Musk
and
ox.
Yeah, something probably.
No, they had. It was some type of bovine. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a cow family.
It's a bovine. I don't know why I found that it's a funny word.
It is funny.
Anyway,
It's an accurate word.
yes.
you are completely correct.
I know.
He's just being silly.
Bovine.
You don't have to doubt yourself because of his wackiness.
I'm not doubting myself. I'm just
Good.
like,
No, she flipped him off. It's all good.
That's okay. That's not the first time.
Or the last.
So
Today.
and the field, the farms are getting like, at first they're sort of sparse. There's like farm, then there's just a bunch of grasslands. There's another farm. Then they start becoming more dense. There's like more farmland that you see, and there's a mountain range you're approaching.
water buffalo.
Oh, water buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Chat room, thank you.
Bison are the ones that got transported to Catalina.
Yeah.
I
During
believe
the
the
movie
bison
shoot.
is basically a buffalo.
Yeah.
They are
Well,
the same
we don't
exact
have
thing.
we don't
They're
have
not
buffalo
basically,
here.
they are
They're
the
actually
same.
bison, if I recall correctly. Buffalo are actually
They're
African.
slightly different.
Yes.
Okay.
But we call them buffalo. They're North American buffalo.
Look at that. I remembered something from
That was
But
one of
thank
the-
you for Spritcher, who's the first time watcher in the chat room.
Hi! So, one of the best Native American museums I've ever been to, legitimately called Head Smashed In Buffalo Jump.
Cool.
Because it was a cliff face where they would herd buffalo off the cliff to kill them, because it's easier to make them jump to their death than it is to actually fight them. And they would usher them off the cliff.
For generations, for centuries.
Yeah, and this museum was built into the side of the cliff face, so you'd go like up. It was a really,
That is
it was
cool.
an amazing museum.
It's like Wyoming or something.
North Dakota.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
All right. And as you can,
Educational.
there's a mountain range approaching. And
Ah!
Is it?
Oh my God!
I'm a mountain range. No.
I'm gonna commune with Kami again. Quickly, quickly!
And Earps. Give me some earths. At the base, there's a pass, or you can clearly see that there's a pass because the trail you're on sort of winds around and then goes through the pass. Like on the way to the pass is nestled up against the mountains is looks like a small village.
Oh. Perhaps a place to stop and not be in the rain.
Okay.
No, I have a question. As Ronin, are we still allowed to wear our double swords?
You have them. I'm assuming you have them.
I don't. I only have one.
Part of your backstory.
Oh, yeah,
We're
you
going to
should-
learn as you
No,
go.
it's the Shugenja jam.
You should
Oh,
probably should also mention your one physical characteristic that's really obvious.
This that I'm
Yeah.
waving at you with is not present.
You only have one hand.
I only have one right hand.
God.
Everyone only has one right hand.
Oh my god, that's like a dad riddle. How many right hands do you have?
Stu saw through my ruse about how I was trying to game the system.
Not everyone. I mean, I'm assuming like if your mother was given thalidomide or something, you might have one.
But yes,
Well, that went dark.
I do not have a left arm.
Right. Oh, is it at the arm?
The arm.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoulder. Okay.
I've got like the Vietnam vet pinned up sleeve.
Okay. No, thank you.
But yes, that's
So yeah, there's a small town. Looks like there's a couple of structures on either side. There seems to be more farmhouses sort of around this area, as far as you can tell. All the farms look like you've seen a few people moving grain around on their wagons with their oxen and
Water buffalo.
water buffalo.
That's a moose.
Tatanka.
Oh no, Tatanka, yeah.
But the village itself, you don't see. The only thing you see, there's two guys standing outside of one building, and the. Let me find my little deal here.
All right, while you're looking that up, the chat room needs to know. Since you communicate for Stork, are you his right-hand man or is he your right-hand man?
Oh,
He's my left-hand man because I don't have my own.
That's the joke, yes.
That's why I have two right hands, son of a bitch.
I'm editing myself right now, just so you know. But he really only needs one hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote block text. Want to hear the block text?
Sure.
I didn't even realize I did this.
Oh,
Go you.
Freaking mics.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's the mic. I
yes,
the mic.
yeah.
Totally you. It's not
We
like-
we need to sew them into the shirts. And everyone just wears the same shirt every time they show up and just plugs in.
jackets.
Right,
Like schmucks.
like schmucks.
We'll get Happy Jack bibs.
Sound schmucks.
Would you call me?
Schmuck. Smuck.
I really
No,
want us to have bibs now.
Like we're all like at a crab boil. Like, Happy
It
Jacks.
just has the logo on it.
We're just reaching out.
Crab boil.
A Happy Jack's crab bowl.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Specific image, and I'm like there. I'm like, I don't know, a bunch of dudes.
We got this wood tabletop now. We just sit here with hammers just smashing shelf.
Hey, some people at crab boils have teeth. I'm just going to say. From experience.
Some people at crab boils what?
Have teeth.
I brought up the whole toothless thing. You weren't listening. You were laughing.
Oh, I was laughing.
missed
I
that,
didn't
yeah.
hear that part.
Yeah.
Autumn is fading into winter with the incessant rains of the region. The sky is gray with rain clouds, and the landscape is dim. Shadows cast by an unseen sun seem dark. The town is very small, a tea house, along with a few humble structures that make up the main part of the village. Small hovels of the local farms dot the landscape. The fields are empty to farmers and crops, as the farmers have completed their harvest in time for the winter. This stands in contrast to the other Crane farmlands to the west, which appeared to have been burned and all but abandoned by the farmers. Not a soul is visible in the town, save two soldiers, standing guard over a small, humble building made ornate. As you are going to approach,
Can I see what livery they have? It's a European term, I guess.
they're Crane.
They're crane, not crab. All right.
They're
This
crab.
is like the vocabulary episode. Mm-hmm. Right, sorry. I'm excited about
A
that.
painted sign stands before the structure.
Uh-huh.
Here is where the mighty oak, Rokai, daimyo of the Inukai, drew his final breath.
So it's like a.
And there's 2 guards outside of it. It's a small, looks like a small structure,
The tea house.
like a Shugenja dealy bob. What would you call that? A temple? But it's little. This is a tiny little
Shrine.
a shrine. A shrine. It's
Okay.
a tiny little town.
All right.
Vocabulary.
Sake bomb.
Sake bomb.
But it's not the tea house. The tea house seems abandoned.
No. The tea house is there. You can see there's a flickering of light inside.
It is pouring rain.
Oh,
It's pouring rain.
okay.
It's pouring rain.
Well, the way you described, like the town seems abandoned, it's not actually abandoned.
No.
There's 2 miserable guards standing in the rain because they have to.
Very good. Very good. I'm gonna go to the tea house.
Okay. All right.
I wonder how often they have to paint that sign. In the rain, it's out there, weathering.
They don't take signs. You've spent too much time in the temple. They don't take signs down all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, seems like a waste to paint.
Okay. You open the door to the tea house and inside.
I'll shake off my hat outside,
Okay.
hang it on the rack.
Floop, 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 floop. And inside are probably a dozen farmers and their wives, and they'll look at you like.
Everything got quiet.
Right. I didn't just kick the door in like, boo wah wah wah.
I'm going to lean over and tap him on the back and say something clever. I'm smiling, nodding, waving. Now,
Quite a storm outside, isn't it?
good enough.
They'll kind of look at each other and say, "Oh yes, 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 yes." And then the proprietor comes up. She's a woman who's probably about maybe 50, little, short, kind of a little hunched over, and she bows to you and is leading you to in the back of the place is sort of there's like
Raised booth.
a little raised area that has like a little fencing thing around it.
Ah, very nice. I would love to sample your best local tea.
Then she shuffles off. Are you there too? Did you go with him?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to split the party in the first 5 minutes of this.
Excellent.
Real quick, though, we have a bunch of helper players.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Zanza Mode gave 1 to me, 1 to Stork, and 1 to Dave. And then I got 1 from Vampire 54. Don't worry, Kimmy, someday you will learn how to communicate with Stork.
I listened.
Well, it's been quite a few years they've known each other, and it hasn't worked yet.
Yeah.
So,
And to be fair, Kimmy puts up with me better than
Right.
Max does, and Max only known me like 6 months.
And just another busy drone said Kadave because he looks like he'd use a hand.
Ew!
Throw another one at him. I have a feeling you're
I
going to
hit
get
you
a
with
lot
the flat
of those.
spot, right? It didn't
you
hurt.
did. That didn't hurt at all.
I could. There's gonna be a bunch of ham. We're gonna put a palm this off on Dave now. Maybe you can
Here's the
figure
best
it out
part.
later.
Here's the best part. We go to a show,
Uh-huh.
and I have to clap.
Yeah. The sound of one hand clapping.
But he comes over and goes like this. And,
It's like a sad, like, I'm like,
yeah.
I think the sound of one hand clapping is a snap.
no.
Okay.
See, I got it.
I'm going to go over to...
Mute that. Okay, go ahead.
See, that's getting parallel.
No, that's what I was thinking.
See what you did?
I went
It
there.
just
I'm sorry.
descended. It brought us all down,
Look what
Kimmy.
you did. So I'm going to go over to the shrine, like where that plaque was.
Sorry.
The
Yeah.
huge manatee.
And like read the plaque and ask the Sugenja or either
Sure.
one, whichever one of them. Ask them both actually. What can you tell me about this hero?
Rokai was one of the great daimyo of the Inukai family.
Ah,
He lived perhaps 70 years ago.
must have been
A strong and mighty warrior.
a great warrior for the place of his death to be marked so. Do you stand watch constantly?
We do, as do others.
Well, Thank you for
If you-
honoring such a worthy
You
hero.
can view his resting place if you would like to see it. It is permitted.
Like bow, like appropriate level.
Okay.
Thank you. And go and look.
And they open the door, and there's a bed that has like a little like rope,
Velvet rope.
velvet rope around it. That's it. And then there's that, and then there's like a
Where Jiro slept here?
little yeah, like,
No,
like George
Rokai.
Washington slept.
Ro-
Sorry,
Okay.
Rokai slept here?
That's 1 yen, please.
So he
On the way out, there's a little donation box.
a map. You can get this
For
stamp in
Koku.
your national parks for sure.
Right.
I'm gonna ask them. If he was a daimyo, how did he come to pass in such a humble place?
He had a special affinity for this village. He came here and through mighty deeds of bravery, single-handedly saved these people from a terrible horde of Jigoku's worst
Oh, yes.
creatures.
Very brave indeed.
Single hand in my ass.
Not sure I agree quite with that. Sure. I don't know
I'm
that.
gonna find a way to time travel.
What?
Kick some ass.
Slap it. Put us on your side. For those of you who've never seen this before, that was our last campaign. We helped. Damn it. Anyway.
It's shake and bake. And we hailed.
Well, I'm going to nod my thanks to them and then go find them in the tea house.
Okay. You come storming in around the time they bring you the pot of tea.
I'm not storming in.
Well, I know.
It's storming outside,
You
and
don't
you came
think
in.
you're storming in.
Oh, okay. I'm also super tall.
And the place gets even more quiet when you walk in compared to when they walked in.
I'm gonna start playing a tune.
Okay.
Ding, 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 and smile. Ah, ding, 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 like laughing at somebody's unheard joke.
Come! I've procured tea.
Wonderful. Walk over and join him.
She brings you the tea, and she rushes off and comes back with an extra cup. Whatever the plate setting is, that sort of thing.
I'll sip the tea.
Okay.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to let her know that, and remind her that the crab were responsible for all the burnt fields.
It seems that one of the great daimyo of the Crane clan of the Inukai family passed away in this village. Evidently, he is a great hero to them.
What's the mood of the bar look like?
Is that-
I'm playing, but I'm
Ever
looking.
since she walked in, it's been quiet.
Is there a lot of fingering of weapons?
Oh no,
Okay.
These
They're
are farmers.
peasants.
These are farmers.
I get it, but the sai in the hands of an expert can be used as
Sure.
a weapon. It was originally a baling tool, so
No. Well, you don't see anyone with weapons.
all right.
And I'm probably not wearing, especially because of how I left my clan, I'm probably not wearing anything that's like, hi, ask me about the Crane clan. Like,
No, but
I'm
you-
sorry, the Crab clan.
But your colors are your colors, and your clothing is probably similar.
Maybe. I've
I
been
would
gone
imagine.
for a while.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, I probably have some stuff. So people who really know probably
Right.
would look, but I'm not like, yeah, Team Crab, go Team Crab. No, it's not.
And Bakumusha recognized, yes, they're in the town of Tetsu Bo.
Yes.
Well,
Sorry.
out of character, point of order. We know that we're on the way to see this family.
Yes.
Ah, very good.
You've been told
The Inukai family seeks.
has always had a policy of bringing in Ronin.
Because they
Well.
were once running themselves.
Yes. And the family started out Ronin.
No,
And some really cool people showed up and made it really awesome.
we are. We must be closing in on our destination. If their daimyo died in this tiny village,
It seemed odd to me as well.
I don't have a mute button.
Oh, that's right, you don't.
But he said that they had a special affinity, that he had a special affinity for this place.
He did. I wonder why. Maybe I'll like the nearest table of farmhands or whatnot. The shrine down the way for the lost daimyo. He came to this village often? Was this a
No. Only once.
only once? He came here to die.
No. Twice then, yes. Once before, and then when he fell ill, his family brought him here.
Huh.
What's the name of this village?
Well, I don't even know. What is the name of this village?
Tetsu Bo.
Tetsu Bo.
I laugh. Who names a village after that giant war club?
Isn't that what you carried? Yeah.
Seems like a functional name.
Or
Although it seems odd for a village of farmers.
do you manufacture the weapons here? Are you
No.
craftsmen of
No. We are farmers and brewers.
brewers?
Brewers.
Oh. It is
He was one of the early on. He was one of the judges in our brewing festival in the fall, which is how he came to know of us. We were not called Tetsu Bo then. We changed the name in honor of him.
Oh, well, very good, very good. A rightly honorable choice.
This is a wacky place. I'm laughing.
There. You seem friendly folk. Simple, down to earth.
Well, I'd like to taste the beer if it's so renowned that even the daimyo would like to come and drink it.
Ha! She's right. We should try some.
Enjoy. I'm fine with tea.
I'm gonna order some beer.
Okay, all right. They come
Did
in.
you-
Yeah, 2 beers, please.
They come and bring you a pitcher and some glasses. It's like a meal.
It is
Breakfast in a
worthy.
glass.
Yeah. This is worthy of a daimyo's attention.
How nice.
She comes and brings you another one.
They don't just serve tea here. It's good.
That's nice. That's nice. I'm fine with the tea. The tea it's quite subtle, but enjoyable.
You do get a hint of barley in the tea as well.
Unusual,
Yes.
in fact.
They're arguing about how you pronounce daimyo.
I know, it's okay.
Whatever.
I'm from California. I usually add a bunch of vowels. I'm taking some out. It's okay.
It's
It all evens out.
It's a crab dialect.
Yeah.
We're just gonna call him Yo.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like
yo.
the daimyo totally.
It really is a crab, isn't it? Somebody must have played the hey. I pinch.
All right. So we drink our tea.
Okay. And you finish your tea
And
and,
the
you drink your
beer.
beer, and they will continue bringing you beer as long as you continue ordering beer.
I don't order a ton.
And then the place sort of kind of loosens up, and it's starting to get dark outside. The place sort of, people kind of start relaxing. They realize you're not here to like burn their fields or slaughter them or whatever it is that's happened.
Crab do.
Right, and then some of them start ordering beer as well, and then things kind of pick up a little bit. And if
He starts doing nonverbal karaoke.
right,
Yeah, whatever tunes I know about beer. That
Okay.
Well, I can just play the tune.
right.
Maybe he'd be able to chime
Oh,
in.
a couple of the peasants get up and start singing as you start playing when they recognize the song. Absolutely,
Do I get free beers?
absolutely.
Absolutely. See, this is why bards are awesome. I was this close to playing a bard.
Really?
I know.
This is my surprised face.
Shocked.
For those of you listening to the podcast, I don't look surprised at all.
I should have played a mute bard.
A teller of musical tales.
There you go.
Great musician, doesn't get many tips. Okay. So I mean, this goes on through the night, and I mean, they're done. They're done for the for the harvest, and they'll stay up late. The peasants.
I'd inquire about a room to rent.
The proprietress tells you that she has rooms upstairs, and if you would like, she can draw baths for you as well, because it seems that you have been traveling a long way.
That would be wonderful.
We should take watches.
I don't have to have anyone watch when I take a bath.
Not watching you take a bath.
I
We are in a land that was recently attacked and burned by an unknown force, or the Crab Clan. Probably not wise to relax and not be prepared for the worst.
I suppose.
If you would like, you may take your bath, and I will take the first watch. But then you will have to leave your bath to stand in the cold.
Wait, we have to take watch outside, you're saying?
Oh.
Wouldn't
How would you know
anyone have to
someone was
come
coming?
inside to get us?
Yes, but if a large force is arriving, it's best to know while they're coming from the outside. Sitting in a warm tavern is not the way you keep watch. The tavern could be surrounded and you would still be in by the hearth.
Well, but they'd still have to come inside to do anything. Or do you think they're going to come and burn down the tavern while we're inside?
That's a very good strategy. Yes, they may do that.
All right. I'll go stand outside first then. I'm not going to get all filthy in the rain after I...
What watch will he take?
I'm busy playing for the peasants, so if you guys are having these conversations without me,
I know, I'm asking him because I don't ask you.
Yeah.
So I'm asking him to decide for you.
He can hear. You can ask him.
He's busy.
Yeah, I'm busy playing for the peasants.
He's not polite enough to respond.
Got my hands full.
I'll just go. She wants to keep watch in case these people want to kill us.
Give him the thumbs up. All right.
You want first, second, or third?
I'm always watchful. It's my job.
It's fine. He watches. He's just a watcher.
So first, second, or third.
All of the above.
He will sleep not at all tonight.
I don't know. Do you sleep?
He also wants to continue playing for the peasants.
He's always awake when I wake up.
So when is he going to stand outside and look for enemies? Be more specific.
I'll do the sign for beware horsemen from afar.
I look at him and go, which means I'll hear him coming. Right now, I want to find out what gossip I can with the peasants.
He's on the listen right now. He's very good with his ears.
All right, you take first watch. I will take second and third.
If you insist.
I want to, while I'm playing and beers are being bought for me, I want to listen for local gossip and info. Just people conversing. Or was I muted?
Conversing. No, I was, because I was chewing.
People conversing, local gossip, info, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Before that starts, though, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna watch him until I see him go outside.
I'll go.
All right. As soon as he goes
I'm
outside,
going.
I get out there
In a
and
minute.
you see me picking up my hat and I put it on my head
Yeah.
petulantly and
I want to. If he goes outside, I'm going to position myself so I can watch him. While I'm inside, outside.
And then chat with listen to the...
Yeah. Just occasionally looking up, keeping an eye on him.
You do hear them talking about the fact that Crab came through. They heard rumors that Crab came through and burned a bunch of crane farms.
And has it been going on all the time?
They
or was
were-
it a sudden attack? And
Well, you're kind of piecing bits and pieces together, but apparently... No, this is...
I got all night.
This is not... This is an unusual event.
Okay.
But apparently, the town received word from Uedo-sama that they needed to accelerate their harvest and get the grain to Shirofutsuku.
So somebody feared that something was afoot. Interesting.
So they've been working basically night and day to get as much grain inside safe at the keep.
And do I get the impression that they did?
Yes.
Okay.
The fields. Yeah, the fields are completely harvested. I mean, these farmers look like they've been relaxing for the last couple days.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm gonna go find a corner somewhere in the tavern and just like do the thing where you do.
Combat nap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Combat now.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay. First watch. Nothing happens.
Nice. Nice touch.
I will totally have come back in early.
Okay. All right.
Like, just shaving like the 20 minutes
Right.
off. Like, you know, I have a rough judge of what 4 hours should be, but
Right.
clearly at like 3 hours and 40 minutes, I'm back inside.
Okay.
Like, still raining.
It is still raining.
I just kind of don't glare at him, but just kind of like unsurprisingly look at him and warm in the tavern
Okay.
and go outside to do the watch.
All right.
I'm gonna follow her outside. Her? Him.
Yep.
Her outside, and then wander off into the darkness, take a piss.
Okay.
And when I
I'm
do,
specifically not going to watch that.
and when I do, I'm going to case the joint. I want to check for roof accesses. I want to check for because wherever our room is, I want to see where and just have a general idea of how safe we are. It's my job to make sure that this
Right.
idiot stays alive.
Okay. The second floor of the building, or the first floor of the building, I guess I don't know what they would call it in Japan, or in Rokugan.
The ground floor.
The ground floor is the yeah. Well, the next floor up. It would not be a super easy climb for someone to get up to the second floor. It's certainly possible. Someone who's skilled at climbing could probably do it, but your average bushi not going to be able to do it. You don't think?
Okay, and is like a drain pipe, the equivalent of a drain pipe, or a bamboo stalk or something nearby?
Sure.
No, I'm not climbing up. I just want to say that is accessible. That's why you're saying that. It's a
Yeah, I mean there's ways to climb up there. It would be tough.
okay. In my expert judgment, if you were to climb up on the outside, which window would be the easiest to come into?
Probably the one from the back.
Okay, that's in our room.
You don't know where the rooms are yet.
Oh.
You just
all
know
right.
that there's rooms upstairs.
Oh, there's are on the back. Okay.
Well, does he see me in the window getting ready to get in the bath?
Oh, you might.
We
You
don't
might.
have. I think it's public bathrooms.
No, no, for your cast, they'll draw you a bath.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes, you see his subtle silhouette in the window as he dips into. You got your fan?
You got your fan? Just roll my eyes.
I'm out in the rain.
You can borrow my hat. If you want.
do some quick trig in my head. Let's see. If I were shooting at him right now, right? The rooftops clear.
We don't have a
Everything seems
spaceship for you
pretty
to
clear?
steal. How are you going to be a quick trig?
That's a meta joke there.
Yeah.
All right,
It's a meta-human joke.
it is.
Yeah. So once I've convinced myself that where the access points are, and I'll figure out. Okay. All right. So when I sleep, I'll probably sleep in front of the door.
Okay.
If in fact the weak point into this place is, as you said, the back of the building, they'd have to come down the hallway to get through to our door. You tell me where it is I need to sleep, but that's where I'm sleeping.
Okay, all right, you got it.
And as always, the Nagata is right there.
Right.
Naginata. Don't correct me. I know. I got a list of weapons here. I'm not afraid to use it.
All right. During your watch,
Yeah,
you
It stops
see
raining.
4 samurai ride by very quickly. It's late. I mean, this is probably midnight, maybe even a little later than that. They ride by very quickly, and they're basically heading to Shirofutsuka. Futsuka.
Do I recognize any armor that they're wearing?
They're crane.
They are.
They're great. And they're running fast.
Fast. Okay.
There's
I
like
make
4.
4. I make note of it.
Okay. And that's it. That also happens.
Okay. Any way for me to tell what family they're from or anything?
They went by fast. It's dark.
Okay. No. All right.
They didn't pass under any streetlights?
No, they didn't. No, the gas. They turned the gas lights out after midnight.
Oh.
I'm going to continue being the responsible member of the party for the rest of the evening
Right.
until they wake up.
Okay. All right. So you go back up to when you go up to the room, that room where that most accessible window is, that's where the proprietors sleep. And then there's basically 1, 2, 3, 4 other rooms.
I have a pretty good grasp of tactics, if I remember correctly. I'm going to position myself in a place where if someone were to enter the room from... These are like paper walls, right? Or is this an actual rim?
The
This is solid walls?
exterior walls are structural, but the interior walls are all paper with the little...
So really, if anybody wants to just run through a room, they could just go
Yeah.
through
That's
walls.
horribly impolite, but yes,
But
they
you're
could.
killing someone, so who the hell cares, right? But yeah,
Maybe.
I'm going to... I guess I will position myself close enough to him that they have to come or step over me
Okay.
to get to him.
That's easy.
And
to
I'm
do.
a big guy. I'm a mute mountain of a man.
Right. Okay. Well, nothing else happens during
And
the night.
alliterative.
Nothing else happens
Yeah.
during the night, so you all wake up at whatever time you decide to wake up.
I'm already awake.
Nope. It's going to be a late morning for you guys.
No, I'm going to go wake them up.
Okay. All right.
So if like it seems to be like the end of third watch time and I'm not seeing them, like,
It is.
yeah.
Do I have to roll to wake up if she walks in, or do you? I'm going to. Otherwise, I'm going to be wide awake as she walks in, or I'm going to wake quickly as she
When
walks
you wake,
in.
as soon as she walks in, you're like
That's what I.
right up.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't walk in. I just bang on his door.
Okay.
Like, I'm really loud. Like,
Chunk, chunk, chunk.
no, like boom, boom, boom. And you're probably used to this. This is probably something I do a lot.
Well, we haven't been traveling that long.
Charming.
It's just one of your
That's one of my
things.
Early risers are
She's
responsible
a knocker.
people. It'll be rude to just enter.
Well, good morning. Apparently.
It is. The sun rose some time ago. You should probably eat, and we should get on the road.
All right. I shall ready myself. Is it still raining?
It's let up for a little bit, but you can tell there's more clouds
The
in the
sky
horizon.
is still
There's going to
heavy.
be more rain.
All right. Well, then I will put on my not nice traveling garb
Okay.
for the day.
See, I was always taught in my school about water. You just walk between the raindrops. It's easy. I love water. Water's my friend. You chose fire. It's rough on you.
I still can do a little bit with water.
What can you do with water?
You can make it.
Oh, I only heard his part of the conversation.
I can.
So all I heard was I can still do a little bit with water. So that's like
She's waiting outside the door for you to get in and eavesdropping.
Apparently.
oh, I thought you guys came out because you said good morning.
I'm getting dressed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a paper wall.
Oh. I didn't hang out inside his door. I left. I thought you'd come out into the kitchen area or like the eating
Downstairs.
area.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I apologize.
It's totally fine.
So
you
I'm
could,
down there
you could be
eating.
outside the door because you know that I'm going to go back to sleep.
I'm
if
going to
you
eat
leave.
first because I want to use my time wisely, and then I'll come get you up. And then you just won't get breakfast. It's your choice.
No, I'm talking to him. I got to keep him awake.
Yeah.
You're right. We got to get going. It's part of my job.
It's not that hard to go to sleep when the guy talking to you isn't talking.
Yeah, right. He's like,
If I close my eyes,
No,
you're
it's hard.
really
no,
mute.
no, because a big meaty man will smack you on the back every time you do that.
I'm totally that guy that hits the snooze button 4 times.
Yeah, but you got like a 7-foot tall snooze button. Keeps hitting you.
That hits back.
Snooze button hits you in Soviet Rokugan. Fine. We shall go.
Yeah, we are. So, tell you, just walk between the raindrops. Embrace the water. Water's your friend.
I'm downstairs eating.
All right.
Unless you're trying to light a fire. All right, I'm going downstairs. I'm going to go eat with the crab. If you're not down in 10 minutes, I'm coming up here and throwing you out this window into the water.
Oh, all right. I'll get
And I-
myself together.
And I scoop up my stuff and skip downstairs.
It's a barley porridge with some eggs in it with
That sounds
some
awesome.
vegetables.
I give the Rokugan equivalent of like thumbs up all the way around
Can I
and tuck in.
bother you, proprietor, for a pot of hot water?
Yes. He comes back about 15 minutes later with a pot of hot water.
I will perform a minor tea ceremony for myself.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Because I'll have a packet, a sachet, as they were,
Right.
of my own tea. It does not contain barley.
Okay.
We've totally forgotten about my disad thing.
What's your dissent thing?
I'm haunted. We totally forgot my dad's hanging out with us this whole time.
Oh, well, yeah, but he's probably not always talking.
Okay.
He's not constantly like,
Yeah.
hey, hey.
I'm just pretty sure he would have been like,
He'd be approving of everything you've done so far.
absolutely.
Right.
Probably when you were outside scoping out the tavern, you probably heard me talking to myself. Like,
Sure, why not? Everybody else does.
well, no, I know that. Yes, I know he should be out taking the second watch.
Oh, God.
I should.
Now you're like the bowler.
I don't know
That's
what
it.
that
I'm
is.
going back to grad school.
Father fell down an elevator shaft onto some bullets.
Yeah.
Is that what she says?
Yes.
That's how her dad died, yeah.
Oh, and the chat room's reminding me I should describe my scar. So, so I have this massive scar. For those of you who didn't watch our character creation session yet, there's like a massive scar across my face that I've had like filled in with like gold. I forget what they called it. It's on my notes somewhere. But there's a Japanese art form where like if a bowl or something breaks, they put it back together.
Mend it with
they
gold or
mend it
something,
with
right.
gold in there, and so that's kind of what I've done with my face. And they're talking about that's probably why when I walked in, that's probably why the whole tavern was like, whoa. Other than me being
Kintsugi.
yes.
Somebody write that down. So we
No,
don't
the
forget
chat
that.
room every time I forget it tells it.
But I had a 14-second head start on them, so haha.
Yeah. So, but yes, it means
All right.
golden repair. So just FYI,
Got it.
since we all kind of are describing things as we go.
So you eat and you finish eating, and when you're finished eating, you finally make your way down as they're about done.
I'm still having my tea.
I'm assuming your tea ceremony is by the time they're done eating, your tea ceremony is probably finished.
I'll
or
do
you're
what
going to
I-
stay up there for a long time.
I'll do what I do and
No.
go upstairs and get
Finish.
the shit that he forgets and get it all together, and while I'm doing so, scope out.
Okay.
I'm like a rock star that leaves
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
wrecked up tavern.
Yeah,
run.
he forgot his hat. It's up there. There's a sock.
My phone charger.
He's only got one hand. He can only carry so much.
That's right.
Packing takes me twice as long.
It does.
It does.
So I have a feeling like my daily routine like in the morning, like since I'm ready so much faster than he is, while he's finishing getting ready, I probably do some fortune telling just to start the day to see how the day's going to go. That's just kind of my quiet little thing.
Okay.
With your dad hanging around, you can afford to tell? Oh, well, now you talk to me. Now you call up. You never call. You never write every morning.
No, he hates that I do this. He absolutely hates that I do this. But he's with me all the time.
Right.
So I really like fortune telling. So if I'm going to do it, he's just going to have to deal with it sometime.
I always pictured it as like
Seems fair.
cell phone call to dad.
Yeah, no, he dislikes that I put faith in fortune.
Do you have a fortune telling skill or something?
I do. That was my thing that I chose. And character creation, when I was debating whether I'd choose like fashion or whatever it was that makes me
Oh, your passion.
my passion, yes.
Okay.
So
Do you want to make a roll to see how well your fortune telling works?
sure, I don't. There's not like a.
There's
This
no
is one of the
skill?
things I wasn't sure.
Oh, there's no
on.
skill. Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's not like a fortune telling skill, but it's got to be under something. I was kind of reading through and I couldn't quite figure out what it is. I don't know if we want to look in the book. I mean, we don't necessarily have to do it right now because it's sort of just like the daily thing. It's like someone checking their horoscope in the morning or something.
Right. Okay.
So it's sort of like low key.
Well, you could kind of use meditation.
Yeah,
maybe.
do that.
Oh,
maybe. I need to find where the skill
so
descriptions are. I don't
that's
know.
it. Overcome an opponent martial skill though.
Well, it
So-
depends on how you use it, I believe.
Right.
I don't know.
Skills.
Here, hand me your book and I'll look it up.
97.
I would say like void plus meditation, maybe something like that.
It's definitely a void ring. I'm pretty sure.
Anybody else? Beverage, Stu?
I'm good.
Kimmy?
I'd like a soda, please.
Understanding one's place in the universe, understanding the role fate has provided for you, knowing what you are willing to give up to achieve your goals, seeing glimpses of your own future, resisting supernatural mental interference.
Okay.
That is the void approach to meditation.
What about fortune telling?
Well, seeing glimpses of your own future?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
But
it.
fortune telling is actually a thing that's listed though.
Is
Well,
it
that's
skill?
a,
No.
a passion. I
It's a
don't know if it
passion,
has
not
a.
a skill.
It doesn't have like information about it. In
You'd
that.
make it meditation plus. Yeah, I think meditation plus.
It might have something listed there for. Mm,
Right now we're drinking 805, and we also have some Sapporo because we had sake bombs, and sake bombs are important. Sir Britcher asked what beers we're drinking.
and I brought some Sam Adams Winter Collection.
Tumblers are harder and harder to find.
Oh, yes, they are. Oh, my gosh.
Anybody else? Sushi?
No, I'm good.
Sushi?
No, I'm really fine. I will have some fruit and cheese.
In
it.
California, we have mostly black bears.
Well, we don't have to necessarily do this right now, but
Black bears, get it? Black
I got
bears.
it. We were there.
No, that's
Up
not
north
my
they-
joke. That's just another busy drone. You did say that.
Up north, they have a lot of polar bears.
Kimmy had a sake bomb, but her sake bomb was not beer; it was cider,
yeah. But I finished it.
and she did finish it and held it down.
Yeah, and I didn't even have to belch or anything.
Because she's
Word.
she's better than we are.
No,
Just go ahead and make that roll for now. This is taking a long time.
I don't want to. Well, no, we don't have to do it right now. I mean, I just feel I don't want us to do it wrong. Like
I just want to see if you succeed. If I'm going to tell you something that might happen, or if I'm going to not tell you something that might happen.
Okay. So I have no idea how to roll anything. How do I do
So
it?
your ring dice. So your void. You're going to grab
Just
d6s
choose
for
it.
void,
Okay.
and you're going to grab d12s for whatever your skill is in meditation.
Okay. I don't have any
You
invention.
forgot to take them. So you just rolled two.
Well, I didn't take it in there because I didn't know that was connected to it.
Okay.
So
well, you
I
can rejigger that character
I will, yeah.
if you want,
Oh no.
or maybe you're just crappy at it. But
That's totally possible too. That was blank. I need to read this stuff.
what's
out.
that one? That one's a nut sack and what else?
This is
And a
a
blank.
flower. No, this is a flower and a
A nut sack.
yeah. So it's an opportunity and a strife.
So no successes. So
No successes.
oh well, here you go.
Officially,
Page 67. They're saying.
yes, you can identify common portents, blah, blah, blah. After performing a check to discern the future, such as a survival void check, to look for small omens in your earthly environs, or theology void check, to perform divination by reading the stars, you remove 3 strife.
Okay. Great. Oh, I do have one survival, so. I can
Okay,
do it.
there you go.
Oh, good. More 2 opportunities and a strife.
It's no binocular.
So you have to take at least one die. So you're going to just take the opportunity.
Yeah.
So you-
Wait.
no-
So I pick one? Is that how this works?
Roll and keep. It's still roll and keep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I roll.
You're going to pick whatever your ring is.
All right.
Up to your
A minimum
your
of
ring.
1, a maximum of whatever ring you roll.
Okay.
So you rolled void,
Which is
are-
I only have 2, so I have
Right.
to choose 2.
No, just
oh,
one.
Just one. Okay.
You can choose 2. You can choose
Okay.
the blank one, or you can choose the one that has the strife on it. It's
Okay.
entirely up to you.
Okay.
All right. So you don't really,
So I have
Get
an
any glimpse-
opportunity.
but
That's fine.
You
And since
you
I-
didn't succeed.
Since I rolled
Opportunity
survival,
dice?
yeah. Since I rolled survival, I'm just looking for things to get us like through the day.
Right.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how it goes.
All right.
Okay. Cool. I did my first roll of the game.
I
That's
know.
Exciting.
I know.
So you guys going to head out?
Yeah, yeah.
Edute.
Yep.
All right. And you go through this winding path that kind of leads up higher and higher and higher into this mountain range, and it gets pretty high. And it gets high enough where the trees change. Where you start seeing instead of seeing sort of like the oaks and those sorts of trees, you start seeing evergreens as you start getting higher up because it's quite a ways. and then you come, and then you kind of break over this hill, and you come out to the other side, and it's whoosh. And there's this huge, huge valley, and it's literally ringed by mountains. And you can see that it's visible from where you are, even though it's many miles away at this point. You can see that there's a castle, like right dead in the middle of this valley, and it looks like for the most part, it looks like most of the farmland in the valley, and literally almost all of the land in the valley is farmland. It is for the most part completely harvested. I mean, there's a little bit, here and there they're still working on. You do see a lot of those really, like 12-foot tall wagons full of stuff, like teetering along as they move.
Now, were there any soldiers in the pass?
No.
Behold the Unicaya Valley.
Certainly looks like a nice place.
It does. It was probably very green up to a couple weeks ago. Isn't it interesting how looks like they've all harvested so quickly? When I was in the tavern last night, they talk about how the harvest got pushed up. They've been very busy. They've been really working on this. So obviously somebody had a clue that there might be possible attacks. Maybe that's why they're courting Ronin, because
They need to bolster their military.
although this place has been famous for it, but still, it seems.
I'm still very confused as to what's going on.
Welcome to my world.
Let's
Actually, my world's very simple. I just have to make sure that
How long a
you're
trip-
okay whenever we do. Hey, look, I'm still talking. Look at me. I just have to make sure that you're okay whenever you don't know what's going on.
Don't you go talking to that god of yours again. How far does it appear that this castle is, time-wise?
You'll be there before nightfall.
Okay.
I mean, it's visible at this point, so you're probably a couple hours away.
All right. Well, I'd say let's make the best of it and get moseying on down the road.
Well, it's not mosey. I want to get there before nightfall.
For sure.
If they have beer in that castle like they had in that tea room, yeah, I want to start drinking more of that early on.
So, yeah,
He's
I'll start
talkative
trudging
today.
off down the hill.
Okay.
Yeah, the water's flying.
He's talkative
There's water
every
droplets
day.
everywhere.
I just don't always notice because I feel like sometimes I usually ride ahead of you guys, probably. So I just happen to be riding next to him. In the night, I did notice that. I'm gonna tell you this, Dave. So don't leave yet.
Listening.
I
am listening.
Oh. 4 samurai rode by quickly. They were crane, but it was odd. It was a very late hour.
All right.
Making conversation as we go.
You can talk to Stork for a while.
Yeah, we hadn't really thought of that out if Dave needs to take a pee break.
No, I did. I totally have. I've worked this whole thing out.
So, Dad, can we talk about this whole fortune-telling thing? I feel like it really gives me an out.
It shames me that you have left the clan.
They killed you, Dad.
So I'm going to be watching this like,
After what they did to you, I could not stay. I would not stay and lend my support.
We are just pieces in the machine that protects Rokugan from evil.
And what
That
good,
is our place.
Yes, and what good machine destroys its own pieces? Then
Sometimes one must sacrifice one piece to save the whole.
I did not feel that is what they did.
You are wrong. I am your father. You are wrong.
female.
I will regain the family honor. I will find a way.
You will find the way when you go back to Crablands.
the daimyo dies.
All right.
That's the Twitter notification sound,
Yeah.
isn't it?
At least it wasn't like old ICQ.
Yeah.
Uh-oh!
Yeah.
And you start walking along. You do pass some peasants here and there, and they kind of look at you and they bow, and they're obsequious as they're supposed to be. They also seem to be smiling.
I'll just wave at them.
Okay.
Smile.
They're smiling. Okay.
It's
That makes it a little more creepy.
And it's not really a comfortable, friendly smile.
Okay.
It's more of a. It's that kind of smile.
They don't seem to like us here. Are you eating again? That's
11sies.
It's 11sies.
No,
I have to say, these peasants look a bit suspicious.
well, they certainly don't seem as welcoming as you'd think, given the reputation of the valley of welcoming our kind.
About halfway from where you came through the pass to Shirofutsuku, you're starting to develop an entourage. It's small at first. It's only like 2 or 3.
All right.
peasant farmers?
They're following you.
Are they carrying implements of destruction?
Yeah, a couple of them are carrying stuff, but some of them aren't. They're not looking menacing.
No, nobody ever looks menacing until they are, including me. Well, I think I'll take my, what do they call it, a rucksack? The bindle? I'm going to take my bindle off and attach it to my belt.
You okay?
Off my naginata.
Got it. They're still following. Now they're following slightly farther away. But they're still following.
This is very odd.
Be right back.
Maybe they enjoy watching newcomers join their visit. Maybe they don't get a lot of visitors?
Well, we just walked through a whole area that's just been attacked and burned, so perhaps they're just being wary. As am I. Carry on. Oh, by the way, here's your socks.
I have seen the look of. I have seen the look of on faces of those who think they have the upper hand in battle. This is not a look of kindness. This is a look that should concern us.
She's overreacting, but she's not wrong.
Well, I don't really know what we can do about it until we get to the castle. Unless you propose we fight villagers, farmhands.
No, I don't think they pose any threat. But it does seem a bit like a mob following us to see the eventual end, which should be bloody and terrible.
Ah,
I think they know what we should be expecting at the castle, and they are looking forward to the show.
do you think we should all appear at the same time, then?
If you are still intent on going to the castle, we can spread out. However, with this many villagers watching us, I don't know if any of us will be able to have the upper hand or surprise.
It's good that she's wary. They're just villagers. We'll be all right.
Yeah,
You can tell her I said that.
he agrees.
Good. Perhaps we should go somewhere besides the castle.
Well, we traveled this whole way on a rumor that the castle was the place to go.
I think if we show up armed as we are and don't introduce ourselves immediately, they will consider us our intentions.
That's a good point.
You can tell her I said that.
He says it's probably not a good idea to just wander through someone else's lands armed without at least making our presence officially known.
As Ronin?
This place is welcoming a Ronin. That's why we're here.
That is the whole reason why we're here.
Yes, but we make ourselves known as nameless wanderers.
If I ruled a valley, I would rather know that people of skill were traveling through my land, no matter what family they came from, or none at all.
Yes, but doubtless they have already seen or heard of our presence if we already have this larger following coming behind us.
Does it seem like there's runners going ahead?
Not really. Not really.
I think that they're just... I agree with your idea that they're probably coming along to see the show. But what the show is, I don't know.
Aha. You know what? This is all part of the trials.
They have a look of hunger and macabre fascination on their faces.
She doesn't get out much. This is, I'm assuming this is all part of the trials, that we're all going to be escorted to the front. You can tell her that I think this is all part of a test.
We'll probably face a challenge when we arrive. They probably want to see if we fail.
That is likely. Some of us may.
But we've come this far. There's no sense not seeing it through to the end.
It is supposed to welcome Ronin. We got nowhere else to go.
Yeah, I certainly don't have
Other plans?
any other idea of somewhere else to go. So
I mean, I don't want to make him any more suspicious than they already are, so let's just do this. What's the worst that could happen? Ha!
he's jovial, I know.
Very well.
Cheese?
So we continue on to the...
Yeah, you can't have a pony. You'd be like,
No, that's actually me. I mean, did I share this picture I downloaded or got?
oh, is that the one that you had on the Slack?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
fantastic.
how I picture him. I didn't draw that, so
Yeah.
yeah, so.
You
Okay.
can see it on the forums.
Yes. Can you? I didn't.
Eventually.
Okay.
So you come to a crossroad, and sort of like you're still traveling east, and you come to a crossroad, and the road continues on and goes to the mountain range on the opposite side, and then there's also a road that goes north and one that goes south, and on one corner is like the wall of Shirofutsuku, and it's big. The wall looks like it's probably about 18, maybe 20 feet high. It's made out of wood. And there's battlements. You can see guys up on top of it. There is a very large structure inside, sort of a multi-level castle inside of the thing. And there are gates that are there, and the gates are shut, and there are two samurai standing outside guarding the gates. They're not like just regular foot soldiers, they're actually samurai.
Okay.
Hey. You do the talking. That never gets old. Come on. Come on.
He suggested that I talk for him. See, that's the best part, is he gets to delight when I get that expression, and I get to delight when you get that expression. So, we've heard a rumor that you are welcoming people.
I nod.
Has it started to rain again?
It's just starting to mist.
I'll put my hat back on.
Okay.
I try really hard not to look pained.
I'm bushy with water skills. I love the rain.
Not pained because of rain. I'm pained because of their talk.
Right.
We're not fighting our way in.
No, just like, oh God, they're going to talk for me. Oh God.
They're like looking straight forward like Buckingham Palace guards.
Is there a trick to getting in? Do you know any? You brought us here. What's going on?
What are the peasants doing?
They're literally in a ring
Half circled.
around the thing, standing there watching.
With smiles on their faces.
Some of them.
It seems we're going to make a spectacle of ourselves.
Well, I'll step right up to the pair of the guards.
When they cross their weapons, they're carrying like polearms, like naginata
Sure,
or
sure.
something. They cross their weapons and say, "Ronin are not allowed in Shiro Futsuku."
We've come seeking a new path. How should we proceed?
Those who have been cast out by their families have no place here until they have redeemed their sins. Then he looks forward and
It's a tough gig.
Well, this was worthwhile.
And this right here is the point we can just make Stu throw down his iPad and walk out of the room when we just turn around and leave.
Cool, bye.
All right then. Sorry. Our mistake.
Fuck this town. Fuck those mages.
We're going to go join a Mantis crew. So,
you do see up on the, what would that be, the battlement, I guess?
sure.
You can see there's a figure. It's starting to get a little bit, not quite dark, but the sun's like behind him, so it's kind of hard to see. But there's a very large person up there, kind of looking down. But he's way up there. He's way up high.
Listen, cousin, you brought us here. Do you know how to get in?
I'm thinking.
You can hear the peasants starting. They're like murmuring.
All right, I'm gonna pull
What are they-
out, like across my back. I have my Tetsu Bo.
Mm-hmm.
For you, Tyler. For you. All right. I'm
I
gonna
learned it
pull it
from
out.
watching you.
Again, so dark.
And I'm gonna stand there with it, and look at the guard. And
And one of them is looking you right in the eye.
right, I'm gonna kind of smirk. Try not to, but I like fail. And I'm super tall. I'm big, by the way. Like I'm a big chick.
Yeah, it's the two of you and then Shrimpy me.
Yeah. So-
The guard who's looking at you, he's looking up like this.
Yeah.
And then he's like right in the eyes.
Yeah. I'm good. I like that.
It's two Asgardians and Natalie Portman.
I'm willing to fight to prove my honor.
You will not prove your honor with fight.
And how may it be done?
You must admit your sins. You must repent for them. Only then will our Lord accept you.
Well,
There is mud on the ground ahead of us. That is a perfect spot for those without honor who wish to reclaim it.
I'm gonna kind of look up at the top of where that figure is standing. And your lord is listening.
Perhaps.
Well, that would be difficult for our friend here since he does not speak.
Is she talking for me?
Just a little. Just it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here.
He may communicate however he normally communicates.
Do you want to go in? Because we can get in. We just got to supplicate ourselves. That's it.
I'll go kneel
Okay.
on my Tetsu Bo though, so it's like half kneel.
And it's muddy as shit.
I clean my armor all the time anyway, and I spent all night in the fucking rain anyway, so who gives a shit, right? My name is Makiko of the Hida family of the Crab Clan. I am Ronin. I was cast out when my father spoke up for our people against our daimyo. After his murder, I refused to serve his murderers. I left the clan. My brother still is in their keep and will probably grow and never remember who I am. I seek now to regain my family honor and serve the people of Rokugan as the Crab Clan should as they protect the wall, not falling for the political machinations that have brought them low.
You see the figure up on the top? Turns around and walks away.
Oh, shit.
It's raining more. And the peasants aren't leaving.
I am going to mirror the image, but before I do, I'm going to concentrate for a second, see if I can find a nice stone beneath the earth to come up a little bit, so I don't have to be in the mud.
You can find that. You don't even need to roll. Yes.
I'm happy to try.
You can an earth coming, whoom,
Yeah.
gives you a little butt cushion.
Well, I'm not going to sit like on my butt, but
Okay.
like a kneeling stone.
Okay. We can have a kneeling stone too.
I don't need the stone point.
Do I notice what he's doing?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'll wait a second. I'll wait a
Okay.
bit. No, I'm not. Just before he starts, because one of my disads is incredibly honest, I'm going to push him off into the mud.
Okay.
And glare at him, with arms crossed, with the waggly finger.
My hat's all askew.
Yeah, it is. You're covered in mud.
Whose side are you on?
And I gesture at the castle, and then I point back at you.
I'll squeegee myself off as best I can.
I nod
Okay.
approvingly.
I'll kneel down
In the mud.
where I stood after you flung me from my comfortable stone
Mm-hmm.
that was heated.
And padded.
It's great for your rheumatism.
My sciatica.
Okay. So I'm bushy water, right? I don't mind the rain at all. This is actually great.
Right.
This is like a spring shower, so I'm having the time of my life. Poor Fire Shiganja.
I feel like I'd be a little upset.
Okay.
I might be a little steamy.
All right. Yeah.
Like, I know that I haven't gotten to that point of the whole mechanic of strife in this
Right.
game, but there is a thing where you accumulate strife and you have an outburst, and I actually, in character creation, I made my outburst that my body temperature goes up. So I'm
That's
probably...
awesome.
I'll buy that. First of all, you're a fire guy, and it's raining. Second of all, the guy that's supposed to be is yeah, I get that.
So, like, I
makes
don't
sense.
actually have the strife to have an outburst, but yeah, I'm very much like when somebody steps out into a cold rain, you actually do see them steam.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
they've been in a
absolutely.
warm house.
Yes.
So it's very much that, even though that we're
We've
all
been
at
outside.
that body
Yeah.
temperature. So, but I'll still kneel down and I'll give you the look of annoyance. We have traveled many leagues, miles, whatever measurement we use here, to seek a new place. I was once of the Isawa family, of the Phoenix clan. However, I have been nothing. I would love nothing more than a chance to be something again. To assist a family to grow, to be safe. to protect against marauders.
That wasn't the word I was expecting there. So I was just sorry.
Both foreign and
It's
domestic.
not funny, yeah.
But the only way that I may do so is to find a compassionate place such as this in our world. I questioned the choices that have led our nation is the wrong word, but our empire to war against itself. And for that, my arm was taken from me. I can only hope to use what strength I have left in my other arm to protect others from the same fate. And I'll still kneel there for a while.
Okay.
Unless you want me to translate for you. Okay. Because that could be funny too.
The peasants are starting to murmur. They're like, and that you hear something. They're not confessing.
Well, when your flaw is pride, you come up with a bunch of really great reasons for why what you did.
What's a haiku? It's 575? 572?
Yeah,
575.
kind of, yeah.
Ish, yeah. I mean,
575. I mean, you're a teacher, right?
we did haikus when I taught 6th grade. 7th grade, sorry. 7th grade is China. Or, I'm sorry, Japan. We do China too, as well. It's okay.
Are those lokus? Haikus and lokus? No, I don't know.
You take the
No.
haiku and I'll take the loku.
You take the haiku and I'll drink the taiku. And you sit and you wait. And
Hold on,
wait.
hold on.
Okay.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Writing,
All
I'm
right.
composing a haiku.
Yeah. Stork's writing.
All right.
Give
He's
him a
doing his
moment.
thing.
Okay, so I can.
And you can see there's motion back there, like the sort of area where the figure was standing that walked away after Makiko's gave her spiel. You can still see motion back there. There's still someone back there. They're just
All
not
right.
visible, not
So-
presenting themselves.
In the mud outside, I'm going to take my nagata and I'm going to write in the kanji forms.
Okay.
I have failed in duties so simple a child could do. I confess, I fail.
Okay. And you see a figure sort of steps forward and looks. And then the head sort of turns, and then they kind of walk away. And the gates open up. And now, as the thousands of NPCs, a woman comes out. She's dressed very finely. And she has a daisho with her. And behind her is a mountain of a man. Probably as tall as you guys, maybe even a little bigger. Looks a little older. He's moving a little slower. He's a lot of gray in his beard and in his hair. And he's coming up behind her, and he's very obviously the daimyo because as soon as he walks out, the two drop.
Yeah, I drop in the mud too. Water doesn't bother me.
And he walks up to you and he puts his hand out.
I bow.
Daisho.
I grasp his hand. Is that what he's
No,
asking
daisho.
for?
Your
Oh,
swords.
that was my daisho. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
You're like,
That's,
hey, dude.
that's actually that's how we derailed this game even
Yeah.
more.
I'm
He
like-
just grabs his hand and then
Slits his wrist.
So I hand him my daisho, yeah.
Okay.
I still have my nagata. Oh, the
Sure,
nagata
that's
too?
fine.
Yeah,
No, you got that,
It's
you
not-
got
it's not part
that.
of the, it's technically not part of the daisho.
No. He pulls out your katana, snaps it over his shoulder or over his knee, and then
Over his shoulder would probably be more badass because he's just like.
behind his head.
Chews it, spits bullets like Daffy Duck.
And then he gestures back to the woman behind him. And there's a couple of attendants that have come up behind them. And she comes out, and she's carrying a new daisho. And she says...
so she's carrying a new daisho, so he takes my wakizashi as well, the whole
yes,
setup.
the whole set.
Both.
Okay, and then we get a whole new setup. All right.
And she says, "This is the daisho of Nikoma-sama. He was a samurai with a love for life, with a kind heart. He was the most beloved of Inukai's daimyo. He would walk the valley, and the children of the farms would flock to him, and he would embrace them and dote upon them as he would his own children." And she holds them out for you.
Just to me or to all of us?
To you.
To you.
Yeah.
You're the only one who's confessed.
So I grab them and I look at him like.
And then the big guy says, "Ironically, Nikoma-sama was a samurai of many, many words. Perhaps his kindred spirit will help you find your voice again. You may enter." And he turns and walks away.
And I'm still holding this valuable daisho.
Yeah.
And I look at him loudly.
He walks right back in. The door's still open. The gate is open, but they walked in.
I look at him and I kick him.
I've been kneeling. I did not see what you wrote.
I can't do anything. My hands are full.
Congratulations. I'll kind of look over and I'll see what he wrote.
Oh, it's raining. Is it still there?
It's not raining that hard. You said it was just starting to mist.
It's beginning to come down. You can still read it.
Oh,
You can still read it.
Yeah. I mean, he used a big stick to write it in the dirt. It's not like he was just like...
It's kanji, so it's not like it takes a huge amount of, it's a symbol per word. But.
I'm thinking.
See, this is working.
I
Everybody's like, how are you going to game this system? I'm fucked already.
I'm You know I have a hard time remembering things.
Mm-hmm.
The minute the daimyo goes in, like I'm gonna go from like bowing to like kneeling again.
Okay, all right.
I look at you. I look at him and roll my eyes.
I confessed. I will wait till they accept it.
No, I double take back at you.
Nice.
I'm looking back and forth between the two of you, completely astonished. What's wrong with you guys? As my expression says.
I'm not looking at you. So I don't know what your expression says.
Incredulous. It's just that, it's that, how can you be so obtuse?
Crack plan.
It's obtuse. The word was written for crab.
Yes.
The woman comes walking back out. She says, "Would you like me to keep those inside for you as you say goodbye to your friends?" Mm-hmm. She takes them from you.
I grab him by the scruff and I look at him and I go, you confess now. I'm supposed to protect you, and if I'm inside, I'm doing a piss poor job.
Confess what? I don't
Your
understand.
transgressions, and drop him back in the mud.
I already
Tell him tell them why we were let go. They're waiting.
I'm thinking. You're killing me.
I knew I should have waited for you to do this first. I didn't know I was going to succeed on the first try.
What's my dad saying?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it is. I'm getting another beer. Anybody else?
Yes. You disobeyed your daimyo. That's your sin. You disobeyed your daimyo. You turned your back on your duty. Your duty comes before everything. It comes before family. It comes before everything. You are a dutyless crab.
He said duty.
Which is an anathema, he says.
So he's like shouting at me. He's like, he's sitting here signing at you, and my dad ghost is sitting here shouting at me, and we're both kneeling in the mud, just like, I hate everybody.
I hate everybody.
You should never have left, and that's what they want you to say, that you should never have abandoned your post. That is your sin. What you should really do is go back home and beg their forgiveness. Perhaps they will take you back.
Yeah, he's like, see, you're not supposed to be here. They shut the door in your face. That means you should turn around and go back the
They
other
didn't
way.
take your
Yeah.
confession.
Yeah.
I have failed as I put my pride before that of my family, as I questioned my father, and I was not strong enough to effect change. I dishonored myself, and I forced the exile of my closest friend and protector with my prideful actions. Thus am I here in the mud to beg for a new place in this world.
And I smack him so hard he falls forward in the mud.
Okay.
And I gleefully clap.
And the big guy emerges. The big guy emerges again from the door. They're carrying another daisho.
I only have the one.
Well, they're going to give you two. Oh no! No, it would just be the one. It would just be the one.
Yeah.
And she comes up to you and she's holding the wakizashi, and she says, "This is the wakizashi of Akume-sama. She was a brave and true shugenja of the Inukai. She married into the Mantis. Her daisho was held in a place of honor there. But when the heart of the Mantis champion grew dark, 3 bushi were dispatched to return her daisho to her true home. Only one survived long enough to bring it here." And Uedo, and then she hands it to you. Then Uedo says, "Much like these 3 bushi, Ikume's life was one of sacrifice. And I can see that you have known sacrifice as well." He's looking at your missing arm. "My Shugenja tell me that a single water kame lives in the pond of our family garden, swimming in the currents around her kozo.
Tears.
Perhaps you should visit it." And they turn and they walk away.
Seriously? You
No,
want
I know. That's so perfect. Okay, well done, Stu. That was good. That was really good. That little commie.
I know.
I love that guy.
I know. And he looks just like
Okay.
like Falcor.
That little
Yes.
guy right there?
Cool.
Yeah, that's right.
You're so good. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm crap.
All right.
character.
Crock butt. And I don't like this, honestly. So now that you're set, I'm going to glare at you.
Sad crab.
I look at him. I look at me. Like gesture, like we're going
Give her a
inside.
minute.
Can you hand me a couple grapes? I love grapes. Oh, you give me the whole thing?
He's not feeding them to you though, or peeling them.
Here, we'll fan you. He can feed them to you.
Do I get extra XP?
Sure, right? We're all like, I don't know. You don't stop talking for me. Do I get extra XP?
I have already confessed. I told the story of why I'm here. You may enter. They will let me in eventually.
I look at her. The
All right.
They left.
cameo, and I
Yeah,
look. Okay, I look back at the entrance, and I look back at her, look back at the entrance, look back at her, and go.
I'll take off my hat and offer it. And I'll go inside.
I'm gonna continue skipping between the raindrops.
Okay.
Splashing puddles.
All right.
Do you go inside too?
Good luck.
I'm going to stay out there kneeling for a while.
All right.
I'll put in a good word with HR.
The whole time my dad's like yelling at me.
There
Turn
she
around!
is.
Go back the other way! Do not join the Crane Clan.
Clearly, they don't want you.
You got the first 3 letters right, but that's it.
Yeah.
CRA. That's it. I'm
Yeah.
not going any further.
So that's really what it is.
Or
It's
he
like,
might say, go ahead and join the Crane Clan.
Yeah.
You've already dishonored your entire family.
Yeah.
Why not just put a knife in our back?
yeah. What could be worse? So that's really what it is. It's not that I don't like realize what I'm supposed to say. It's like
No.
they're gonna break my samurai swords that my father probably gave me, and like it's a big fucking
It
now
is.
that I'm finally here, it's like a really big deal.
I totally get it.
No, I'm just
But
explaining.
I
for everyone
still
who's
wouldn't
like,
have waited.
No, I
Samurai
know.
explaining. I know.
Yeah.
I guess. And out
But
of
I'm-
character, to be fair, crab would be as intractable as anybody. It would take
Yeah.
days
Oh, sure.
for a crab
Yeah, oh,
to
yeah.
break a crab.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, they got hard shells.
yeah.
Well, Ueda stood out there for 2 days.
Yeah. He wasn't even crab. They
We
got
don't know
hard
what he
shells.
was.
Was he? What
We
was
don't
he?
know what he was.
Something from
That's true.
before, yeah.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Didn't have a mask on, so we knew he wasn't one thing.
Right.
So I'm just gonna stay out there for a while.
Okay.
We can get out our
You
bibs
guys can
and
continue
wait.
with whatever's happening inside.
You're shown to.
I'm going to keep pounding him on the back and giving him thumbs ups. Good job. Good job.
All right.
There's sort of like.
See, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No, it was nothing.
Yeah.
You're shown. There's like lines of barracks on either side. It's a big courtyard in the middle, like almost like a parade ground, and there's like, I guess barracks, but they're like apartments, I suppose.
Sure.
Along both sides, and you're shown to a set of vacant ones that are adjacent to each other. So,
No, we'll have to take the same one.
okay, that's up to you.
I fucked up once. No, we're taking the same one.
All right.
We
And
don't-
you can see there's some samurai who are like sitting around. There's a over on your side of the barracks. There's sort of jutting out as like a deck, and there's a fire burning in it, and there's like a little umbrella sort of thing over it, and you can see that there's some samurai sitting in there drinking sake and laughing and talking to each other and being jovial.
There's a party.
Yeah.
It's raining heavier now.
Yeah, no. I'm crab. Earth and water, those are my things.
Right.
I'm in the mud, raining. I'm stubborn as fuck.
Hey,
Every time we look outside, you're still facing the same direction, but you're slightly off from the last place we saw you.
I peach. What was
Just
that
spoilers.
ad?
I'm going to be out there for a really long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would expect nothing less.
I totally get it. I totally get it.
Because if you were to walk in first time,
Yeah.
you'd get a rash of crap from the from the chat room. Crab would be out there for weeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the soldiers and on my chalkboard and say, "Hi, new here. Where are the bathhouses?"
I wonder who you were talking to.
I don't know.
You tell him.
by the way, while I'm outside, the samurai, I'm saying this while to stall while you're looking things up. The samurai at the gates and any peasants who are still chilling out, which probably not any of them at this point, hear me like kind of mumbling and talking to myself. Talking to my dad, but they don't know that.
You really are the bowler. I totally forgot about that. It's totally like, shut up! I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's it. I'm going back to school. So we have two characters that just say shit because, you know, you're saying stuff in reply to me, and she's saying stuff in reply. That's hysterical. Needs to be a movie.
Okay. One guy, he's kind of young. Maybe like 18 or so. You can tell he's kind of still has that gangliness about him. He says, "Oh, the bathhouse is over there. I'll show you." And he kind of gets up.
So I bow. I bow to his friend.
He's kind of tall, not quite as tall as you, but very lanky. And he's kind of got a lope about him as he walks. And
Okay. Well, I'll fall in behind him.
And he shows you where they are.
I bow to the others and kind of wave as we leave. And
You're right. You don't talk.
I nod.
Is that a vow?
I shake my head.
Oh, okay. When you're done with your bath, come out and drink with us.
I nod enthusiastically. Give him the equivalent of a Rakugan high five. I don't actually go in. I go and check out the baths. Are there any growing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I go back and I get his worship.
Okay.
And I look at him and go, they got hot baths over here, bro. I know how much you hate water and mud, but they're all ready to go and it's warm. It's right across the way.
I'll get. Do they have like a like robe and slippers in the closet?
Of course.
All right.
Like a kimono with slippers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a way to get to the bathhouse without going out? in the
Yes, there is.
rain?
Yeah, there's like a
walkway.
there's a hallway behind all of the apartments.
Ah, perfect. Then I would go.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have waited.
I'll escort him.
Okay. All right. And you have an enormous bath, and it's nice and hot. There's steam coming up.
I don't need a bath. I got water. It's fine. The rain's fine. But I will. I'm not going to leave that area. I'll
Okay.
just sort of walk around, pace around a bit.
All right.
If people come up and want to talk to me, I'll talk to them. But I'm not. I'm not leaving.
No, people are kind of leaving you alone.
I'm casually guarding the bathhouse while he's there.
Okay. All right.
Fly casual.
I'll clean myself up
You gotta be
thoroughly.
careful with that because that can end up being super creepy.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I know.
Just, you know.
I know. I know.
Every time I take a bath, there's this dude outside. I saw him outside the window of the place last night, and now I saw a shape outside the window of this place.
You're used to it.
Starting to
'cause
bother me.
Shugenju never bathed alone.
Well, that's different.
Water,
they're in there with
for
me.
sure.
Yeah.
In there with me, I'm fine with.
That's true if it's hot water. Yeah, you're not bathing alone. Yeah.
Creepy lurking outside the window. That's different.
There's probably fights going on in the water.
That's true.
There's probably fights
Water
going
fights.
on.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm going to you go. Yeah,
Right.
right. Yeah, all
Hey,
right.
hey, not right there. Fight somewhere else.
Seriously.
A little higher, over here. Oh, that's
there you
fine.
go.
Has anybody actually explored the dissertation or written a dissertation or an essay on L5R and the battle between Shigenja just to heat water for tea and how much good it's doing for people?
So you take your bath, and you take a leisurely bath, an hour, hour and a half, 2
Oh, yeah.
hours. And it gets to the point where your fingers are all like pruny and like, yeah. And they the servants come and rewarm the water.
They don't have to. It's fine.
They do anyway.
Oh.
You're a samurai.
It's like they know how long they can go between warmings to keep the temperature.
They have to stoke the fire.
So it's not a hot spring then.
No.
It's just manually made.
Yes. But after a while, you get pruny and probably get that sort of woozy feeling you get from being in really hot water for a long time,
Sure.
like a frog.
I'll emerge,
Okay.
put on my robe,
Mm-hmm.
dry myself off like Michael J. Fox.
I don't even know what that means. It's a little creepy.
Back to the Future Part 2
Okay.
with the jacket.
Oh, that's right.
Blow
Right.
dries him off.
Well, Okay, you do that. Go back to your room and get properly dressed.
I think. Well, it's evening by now,
Yes.
so I won't get myself all dressed.
Okay. All right.
I'll wait for tomorrow to formally present myself.
Once he's back and all, I'm going to take the time to properly clean my weaponry, examine the new daishu that I got, and clean my armor. And the armor's been wrapped up in oilcloth in a backpack. I don't wear it because
Right.
it's too ornate and too hostile to just be walking around.
Sure.
in. So
Absolutely.
it's under lock and key basically in my backpack. So I will make sure that that's all dry and clean and do the stuff that we do and do a little laundry because it's been a while. And clearly he's not doing it.
I'm sure you can leave it
Well, that-
outside the door.
Yeah. There.
No, I've never.
There's
not-
the people will come in like and when they see you like pulling stuff out and like we wash for you.
Oh, I hand him his stuff.
No, yours too.
You still come from a wealthy family.
Listen, I fucked up so badly. I got to make sure that you're.
This is penance.
All right, all right.
So they take your stuff. Put it away.
We'll bundle it up and look at him and look at them and look at him. I'm going to go watch some stuff. Okay.
Totally
You
fine.
be all right?
I'll be fine.
All right.
I'm going to sit here and fill in my journal for the day.
All right. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Just make sure you don't die.
I think the chances are low. I will refrain from eating any seeds and nuts so that I might not choke.
I'll go do his laundry.
All right, so you walk back outside and you see the samurai are still sitting under that little sort of like cabana thing with the fire, and he's like, "Your friend, does he melt if he gets wet?"
And I make the finger wiggly thing again to, and then shrug like, you know.
They laugh. And they're sitting around singing.
Then I'll go back to. I got to make sure I can do his laundry first. I
Okay.
don't want it poisoned.
Right. Okay. You go
Poison
get your
laundry a thing?
Here is the swords of one of our greatest ancestors. We're going to poison your clothes tonight.
Actually, in I think it was Elizabeth. Somebody gave her a poisoned dress, and if
Yeah.
you actually watch, it was it the Tudors.
They do the
Did
thing.
you watch
No,
that?
it's
Yeah.
Elizabeth the Golden Age.
It was okay. Yeah. And one of the handmaidens tried it on by accident, and died.
Yeah.
what was it poisoned with?
Oh no, it wasn't the Golden Age. It was. You're right. It was just Elizabeth, the first one.
It's
Poison?
contact poison. I mean, it could have been arsenic and oil, and you put it on these dresses, and all you have to do is
An
scrape it, stretch
analgesic.
it. There could have been needles in anything. People died from cutting themselves.
Well, yeah, that's true. I had shit medicine. Okay. So you do your laundry. You finish your laundry. You come back, and you're. What are you going to do?
I'll probably be sitting by the fire,
Okay.
writing.
Okay. You come in and he's sitting by the
I
fire.
grab him and I walk him to the door and I point to the other samurai and I point to us and they're drinking, man.
Go ahead.
You and me together, we should go and meet the local populace.
Give me a minute. I'll go back inside and I'll put on another layer.
Okay.
And I have his hat waiting for him.
Okay. Big fluffy.
And I'll probably, yeah, totally. And I'll probably pull a little hot water pot out of the fire and make myself a big, like, not polite Japanese teacup, but like a honking
Right.
mug.
A super big gulp
Yeah.
of hot tea.
Like that super double gulp that you see.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like 64 ounces of.
With a handle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's totally that.
Okay.
But I'll.
I slap you heartily on the back. Gesture. Let's go.
I'll calculate the best route in my head to get to the umbrella by the fire.
I just stomp through the water and mud.
I make sure to let you go several steps because I've been through that before where you decide to splash me with water and mud.
Again, Bushi water. I mean, we're playing this up like again. To my mind, in L5R, if Bushi and Shigenja water would have the same affinity, you like it. It doesn't affect you. You
just
don't
because
mind
I
it.
have a leaning doesn't mean I can't communicate with
no, I
water.
get
And I
that.
don't. I actually have like a water spell. What is it?
You should,
Technique
of course,
and all that, but
of course.
it's more I just don't want to be dirty. Less the rain than more the
I get it.
mud and blah.
Okay.
I
So
probably the school where I spent my entire life before we hit the road, everything was paved. Like,
Right.
it's an elementalist school. They have access to as many smooth rocks as they need for everything.
And the Shibi Guardians were basically raised side by side with the Shugenja, so we know magic in and out. It's actually not a surprise at all for us.
Right.
We
Well,
are
yeah, that
very comfortable with.
your house is their Yojimbo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yep.
Okay.
But being
It's like Butler.
yes
In
yes.
Outer Misfell.
Yes. But also, where magic is usually looked at like, oh my god, you can do something I didn't know that existed. The Shiba Guardians are like, yeah, we were raised side by side. It's not a
Oh,
problem.
here's how you do that.
Yeah, it's a simple thing.
All right. So you guys go over and hang out with them.
Yeah.
They kind of budge over and make room for you and pull chairs up for you. So
Oh, I made sure I brought my, what did you
Okay.
call it? The thing, the musical thing? The shit.
Your
the
Shamisen?
Lyre.
Shinnesy?
Shamisen?
Shamisen.
Is
See,
it?
it sounds so Irish. I can't. Is that anyway? Yeah, I brought that.
Let me make sure that's it. I think it's a shamisen because someone will.
Your Japanese hurdy-gurdy.
No, it's like a one string.
I know. It's
yeah.
that long... Yeah.
Shamisen, how many strings does that have? 3. It has 3 strings.
Yeah.
That's the same. That's the thing that Kubo and the
All right.
and the 2 strings.
Yeah, all right.
has.
With whatever the minimalist long string instrument is.
And
Yeah.
fretless, of course, because
Yes.
Japanese musicians are studs. They don't
Right.
need frets.
Right? So I bring that over and I shake the water out of it.
They're
Start
also
tuning
not
it.
diatonic.
And I look at you like, well, you tell them, you do the talking, man.
Well, hello.
Oh, the
I'm
young one,
Ichiro.
the young one that you met gets up and bows to you.
I'll equal distant bow.
Okay.
I bow back.
This is my friend. I don't remember your name.
You don't remember your name?
Is it Kitaro? Kitaro? Kazuki.
Kasuki.
Terrible.
Gesundheit.
Yes. He
Terrible. Kazuki.
he's not much one for talking.
Yes, I met him earlier. Yes, I showed him where the baths were.
Ah, no, well, I appreciate it.
Are you, he is your bodyguard or?
Our prior posting was with the Phoenix clan. He is of the Shiba family, and I am of Asawa.
So he is your Jimbo.
Yes.
I sigh and roll my eyes dramatically.
I am Kyoto. It is a pleasure to make your
I
acquaintance.
bow deeply.
And then he said to the other ones, there's 3 others sitting there, and they're older than he is. They look like they're maybe in their 30s, and some of them maybe in their 40s. It says, this is Sibo, Itomo, and Renjiro.
I bow deeply to each of them.
And they say, we are drinking sake tonight if you would like to join us. One of them
Yep.
says.
Happy clap.
I heard you came as 3.
You heard correctly. Our other companion is
A crab.
Oh, no, there was
Just tell them that.
She
No, you're using too many words.
is formerly of the Crab clan.
and they all were like, oh, okay.
And I now that I have a better understanding of the ritual to gain entrance and welcome, it may be a time before she joins us again.
I do the equivalent of dun, 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 on the thing. Keep tuning it up. Brun, brun. And I look at them expectantly. Ask them if they have a tune they want.
He takes requests,
Tell them I won't sing.
not lyrically.
And glare at him. Just tell him I can't sing. Clearly. You don't know how to tell a joke. It's terrible.
I think they got it.
Huh? What? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm muted.
No, you're not muted.
Everybody mute.
I'm playing a muted character.
The They are interested in hearing what sort of music you've picked up in your travels. Rather than play something that they know, they would like you to play something that they don't know.
Oh, okay. So it's a freeform jazz odyssey.
Yes.
Is it? All right, excellent.
Jazz exploration.
Exploration.
In front of a festival crowd.
Well, because I'm not very good at this, and I didn't really pick anything up. I'm maybe like, all right. Bing, 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 bing. Look at the nod, like the didgeridoo player that always shows up at the
Right.
circle, like, hey guys, I can play. And wait, I'm going to count
The
to
musical
see how long
James
it takes for
Bond,
them
the
to
license to noodle.
Yeah.
check it out. Yeah.
If you were outside the gate, you'd see me kneeling in the rain, hearing that and going,
Pling, pling, pling.
yeah.
Pling, pling, pling,
I
pling.
can hear
bling,
it
bling.
through over the fence.
Bling, bling, bling,
And I was
bling.
like, oh.
Bling, 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 bling.
It says
We are
Rokugani
not, by the way,
rock
I'm not
opera.
mocking the music. Part of this is like you have to have a hobby, so I picked up the instrument and I'm not good at it. And I specified that when I got this skill. I'm not good at this.
You're no Kubo.
Yes, I am no Kubo. And I'm not. Anyway, so
Even with an
I just
extra
want to be
string.
clear.
I'm also going to say, like, it's probably going to be a couple days for me to be out there. You don't have to, like, role play the whole. I mean, if you want to, you feel welcome to.
I'm just waiting.
Okay, but
It's got-
we might want to be like, and 3 days pass, and unless you guys want to.
Not 3 days.
No.
2
2
days.
days, yes.
He's right.
Well, I think if
2
you don't
days.
do it in 2 days, they might come out again.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
You wanna
And
mute
just
me,
chase
please?
you off.
That's
Can you
true.
mute me? Stu, can you mute me?
So yeah, okay. No, you're right. You're 100% right. 2 days. It has to be 2 days. The chat room agrees.
Well, I'd not drink sake, but I'd drink my tea
Okay.
with everybody.
And then one of them is
Talk for a
drinking
while.
tea as well. Rencho is drinking tea as well. So they drink tea.
But aside from just sort of being jovial, I wouldn't really have any goal
Okay.
here.
All right.
The next morning, I'd probably get myself dressed as finely as I could and ask if I could meet with the daimyo.
The daimyo is not ready to meet with you yet.
Is there a military advisor that I could speak to?
Well, let's see who we got.
While you're looking that up, Catalyser gave me a help a player to Kimmy for further endurance rolls.
Yeah, go ahead and make some of those. What is the equivalent of an endurance roll in this game?
Fitness, martial arts fitness,
Okay.
maybe?
Cool. But is that what
Or-
ring is that? Earth?
That's a skill.
All
Yeah.
skills can be used with any ring.
Right.
All right, I'm going to use it with Earth because that.
That makes sense. That
yeah.
makes sense.
Earth is to withstand.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
And I'm going to say this is like a full 24 hours later. I'm going to make your TN 3.
So I have
Ooh,
to have
that's
3
super hard.
successes.
Yeah, it's super
Okay.
hard.
So what? So that equals three spermy things.
3.
3 sperms or 3 triple sperms,
Okay.
which are explodey dice,
Yeah.
which give you a success and you get to roll again.
Okay.
But you only keep your ring, which is Earth.
What is that? So I can choose 4 dice.
Yes.
If your Earth ring is 4. Your Earth ring is 4?
Yeah.
I think it can only be 3
Oh.
in character creation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We'll assume it's 3.
Well, it's 3. I still made it. So I'll take one of those. I must have counted something.
But you got
wrong.
2 strife.
I got 2 strife.
What is it that strife has to be equal to get you to
think
It's
3.
your
composure?
Oh God.
Fire plus Earth times 2 is your composure.
Fire plus Earth times 2.
Oh, good.
What's your composure?
So 12.
12. Okay, so you've taken 2 strife. You're still standing out there as stoically as any crab could stand out there.
But it sucks.
All right.
But it sucks, and you're building up. We'll have you make a roll every hour of Rokugan
Oh,
time.
okay. That's a lot, though. I feel
Gotta
like
break-
I've stood
gotta-
on the wall. Like,
Got to break it down to build you up.
yeah, I know, but I'm just like,
I see what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
like I am trained to stand on the
Alright.
wall for days at a
Okay,
time.
then it'll be a day per roll
Okay, that's fine.
until
I mean,
you've reached 12 strife and suddenly decide to have an outburst.
I have an outburst before then, but
Yes, you can.
okay. Oh, she can put her extra point in another ring, which I think that might have been is what Master Better says.
Yeah. There you
Maybe.
go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Except we were supposed to max out at 3.
yeah, you can't
At
have
character creation, you can't have more than 4 in your ring.
Oh, okay.
At character gen.
3.
Okay.
I think 3 is
I'm
the
sorry.
cap. Yeah.
All right,
3
well,
in your ring.
Yeah.
I'll move it around.
So
Then.
just move it to one of your other rings.
Okay.
All right.
So was there a
Well,
military man?
the woman who was presenting the swords comes out and says, "How may I help you?"
On our trek into the valley here, we encountered all the burned lands,
Yes,
and one of the farmers there said that the crab had attacked.
indeed. The crab attacked certain crane holdings. Our understanding that was at the behest of the Emerald Champion.
To put stress on the crane to submit?
Yes.
To submit to what? To the...
They're warring with...
No, I'm asking him.
Well, the Emerald Champion's plan...
Should I explain this to people listening at home
Yes.
real
Yeah,
quick?
you can.
Because I don't know if they know.
The dragon and the lion allied against the crane and the mantis, and they have been fighting a war. And this went on for several seasons, and the Emerald Champion basically told the crab, the scorpion, and the phoenix to break these 4 warring clans' ability to wage war. And so presumably the crane had decided, well, the easiest way to do that is make sure their armies starve.
Tell her, I noticed you managed to get the harvest in. It seems largely symbolic.
Well,
Tell her what I said. When you start doing this, I know you're not going to tell her.
well, I was going to respond to you first. That any loss is a loss when you're fielding
Yes.
an army for war.
But there isn't a loss. They waited until after the harvest.
No, they got those fields before the harvest.
They harvested much of it early. Yeah, they're still harvesting here, actually, in the valley proper.
He was saying that it seems like their attack was more symbolic because you'd already at least harvested some of the land.
Well, they did not get as far east as our lands, but they definitely hit lands of other families.
I look at her and I look at him, and it's like, it would be biting the hand that feeds them. Literally. Tell her that.
He feels that the crab would be cutting off their own nose despite their
That's
face.
not what I...
Indeed they are. Indeed they are. The crablands are not fertile lands, and they require grains and foods from us and other people.
I'm going to write on my chalkboard. The point is, the attack was symbolic. And erase and start again. They don't want to get rid of all their food and erase and start again. It was a gesture to get you going, erase and start again. Not a threat. Shrug.
They burned an enormous amount of farmland, and easily a very large portion of the foodstuffs that we would export to other clans. Clearly, the crane are going to take care of themselves first.
Clearly they wanted to send a message, but not so much to cripple the Empire.
Well, they certainly are trying to cripple crane.
I'm erasing. How did you know they were coming?
We got word when they started. Some farmers headed in our direction to warn presumably relatives or something, and word basically spread to us, but they never got here.
I'm gonna erase it and say the commie never warned you.
No.
So everything was done with military men.
And peasants.
We knew that.
And peasants.
Just reaffirming.
Just want to double check. It is Crab, but if the Crab are working with someone, I mean, and if it is the Emerald champion, and if he has the backing of the Empire, is this just a simple slap on the wrist, or is this an actual all-out war? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, I think this is. They're definitely attempting to stop the ability of those 4 clans from fighting. I wouldn't be surprised if Mantis ships in ports were burned at the same time. I wouldn't be surprised if, some lion libraries burnt.
Well, you'll have to ask her. But I think it's a coordinated attack. But again, this is just a matter of trying to whip people into shape. I don't see anything very serious. In the scheme of things, their attack resulted in perhaps 10% loss.
But that's the 10% that Crane would export.
No, the Crane exports. Well, I don't know. I'm
At
just.
least that's what she was saying.
I'm looking at this as being yes, as an attack, but not a serious one. It's clearly they let news leak out that they were on their way. They were able to harvest. In the scheme of things, this seems to be a warning shot, a shot across the bow. Yes, it did some damage, but I don't think it's anything permanent. Yes, it's interesting and it's serious, but it's almost as if they're trying to get someone's attention more than cripple the Crane. Because the easy way to cripple the Crane was to burn their fields and keep going, which they didn't do. And kill the peasants and farmers while you're at it. Not that I'm saying that I would do that, but if I were attacking Crane specifically, I would do that. There's a flurry of hand movements.
Right. And she's watching politely.
The
chat room is pointing out that what you're writing is not super polite.
No, I have a very small blackboard. I'm hoping that my limitations will forgive them in my politeness.
Well, I
Can only wear it around my neck. Is this in a freaking bulletin board I wheel around with me?
that'd be amazing.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. They write stuff.
No, every time you want to stop and talk to people, you have to
Right?
set up that
Squeaky, squeaky,
the old metal tripod, and then string up the projector screen, and then
Yep.
break out an overhead projector. And
Yep.
Yep.
I figured the thing is about, like, I don't know, it's like the size of this folder right here in front of me, and I have to write it in small kanji very quickly.
well, is there a plan to deal with future incursion? Is there anything we can do to help?
Not now. No, the grain is stored. I mean, if I believe these incursions are, I'm confident they will go no further.
All right. Well, thank you.
Why was the crab clan asked to do this? You can ask her. Or do you know?
We know that.
Do we?
Mm-hmm.
Because
The crab and the
Scorpion and
Scorpion.
and Phoenix
And Phoenix
and
were
Unicorn
all-
and Unicorn.
and unicorn.
All of them. All the other four
The other
clans that
four
weren't
clans
fighting.
were tasked with crippling the upset four.
And we probably would. You would have known
We
that
know
that's
that, yeah.
why my father spoke up against that, saying our duty is to protect the wall, not to get in these political squabbles.
Gotcha.
And that's why he got killed. So I'm sure we would have talked about that at some point as a group.
And that's what led to my questioning things and our departure as well.
Any other talking you guys want to do this day?
Well, I as much as you follow me around, I would follow you around to help out.
Here's the interesting thing. What did these guys plan to do about it? We've now pledged ourselves to the Crane. Have you asked them what is expected of us?
Well, I assume that the daimyo will be ready to meet with us at some point.
Why don't we get a lay of the land and find out what they say they've been told, and we can compare that to what we will be told.
We can ask the other samurai guys that we
These
hung out
guys
with
right
last
here. We're sitting at a party. They're
Well,
drunk.
no,
This
that's
is the
that
next
was last
day.
night. This is
Oh.
the next
Yeah,
day.
you went to
Oh.
pee and a whole day went.
Sorry.
Big bladder.
It seems that way to me.
Damn camel. But
Never mind that.
yeah,
I thought we were still sitting around that same
No,
campfire.
no,
Okay.
this is the next day.
You know what? I think I would go and try and commune with the pond kami
Okay. All right.
to.
Oh, good choice. Old
It's an
commie.
air commie though.
Is it?
But
Yeah.
he probably lives around the water. It's fine.
It was an air commie, wasn't it? Oops.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't remember.
It's
It was an air commie.
All right. So you
believe
you head out to the.
That's why it's
Underneath the
But Akumi used to hang out at that pond, so it's very reasonable that it would be there to remember her.
rustling the leaves of the cherry tree,
Right. So you head out to the
the garden.
the garden.
If
and-
that's allowed, like
Well, there
I wouldn't like.
your hallways sort of end in these like sort of common areas, interior common areas, and there's like little slideys that lead out into it. So
Okay.
clearly, and there are paths. I mean, it's lush. I mean, there's a lot of like trees and vines and all kinds of stuff. Parts of it are very well manicured. Parts of it are almost left wild, sort of. And there's a large pond in the middle of it, and there are little what do they call those things? I forget. Kozu. I can't remember the name of them. I will find it.
You're talking about the little
Kozo
things,
the little
little
statue, the
stone-
little statue, the little memorials, little
Yes.
mini memorials. Yeah,
yeah.
Kozo. And there's a you see they're sort of dotted around the thing.
Well, I'd find a bench.
And there are several.
Shortly after he leaves, I'm going to scoop up his tea ceremony stuff and follow him.
Okay.
And sit there and, well, obviously I would have said goodbye to this person that we were talking to. Don't
yes.
just stand up and walk
Right.
out like, we're done with you.
And she seems to be of rank,
Yeah.
so
But I will go there and meditate.
okay.
Did you want me to do the ritual thing, or
If you want, I don't know. Do you have any strife to get rid of or anything like that, or you just want to? You're just trying to.
no? It's not a strife to get rid of a situation. It's a commune with the spirits, kind of. You know,
Okay. All right.
Get the lay of the local supernatural landscape,
Right.
that kind of a deal. So
As he sits down to do that, I will sit down in front of him quietly and lay out his stuff in front of him
Okay.
and step back.
So did you want me to roll for it?
Sure.
Or, okay.
Might as well
Sure.
use those chicken entrail dice.
They're in the dice.
And I know it's an air commie, right?
Yes.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So you have
The yellow is
the
opportunity.
yellow is opportunity,
So you got one success.
If you want to take, well, you have to take
and
one
one
die.
with a strife.
So you have a
Well, I got-
success with a strife.
I will take that.
Okay, so you have a strife. And what are you trying to get out of the air
Um,
commie?
I guess just the sense the kami, like feel the spirits that are around here, kind of get to know them. It's almost like a, hey, how you doing?
It's a mixer.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
It's the
Nobody
supernatural
said
way of
mixers since the 70s.
saying howdy.
There's a lot of them here. There's a lot of water kami. There's a lot of air kami. There's even some earth kami that you can sort of hear rumbling. A few fire kami. I mean, there's like little lanterns that float in the water that are maintained, and there are some there. This place is rife with that kind of stuff. That's very clear. And you also get the sense that a lot of Shugenja come here.
Do they seem to have a lot of practitioners here in the keep?
At least some. At least some. They're not unaccustomed to you and your kind at all.
So they're not wild.
No.
Your kind.
Catalyst Surge just did a help player for Kadave.
I should have used them. I'm
You should have.
that way. Oh well.
Let's hold them over for next week.
Okay.
As we get
That came
used to
through
it.
like right after you rolled. I don't know if he did it before and then
Well,
it
I
took
still
a minute
had a
to
bunch.
He still had
Yeah.
Because I forgot about the they expire bit.
Right.
Very nice. So yeah. I walk around and I pass out my business card to the commie.
Okay. Nice to meet you. Damn glad to meet you.
Hi, Shigenja. Damn glad to meet you.
Looking someone up. Hold on a second. Give me just 1 second. I'm looking up a name.
Do you meet the air commie?
I don't know. Do I?
Yes.
Oh,
Did it have a
did you clip
name?
your thing on already? Oh.
No, it doesn't have a name.
It didn't have a name.
I don't think they have names.
Unmute. Doesn't matter.
No. Would you grab me a soda then?
You're unmuted.
Sorry. Oh, never mind.
I'll mute you again.
I'm chewing.
I'd be happy to help you, but I'm chewing right now.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Soft food I bought.
Notice how I'm not crunching.
There's a,
I'm gonna smack as much as possible, though. No, don't.
there's a
I hate that movie.
one of the Kozo near you has a name under it that says Master Hiko.
It doesn't mean nothing.
Okay.
Does it feel especially supernaturally important?
No.
Okay.
It just happens to be the one nearest where you sat.
Ruh-roh.
Well, I'd give it the respectful touch,
Okay.
or yeah, or the nod of the head, or whatever the appropriate response would be.
Right. Okay. Anything else you want to?
That's all I wanted
That's
to do
it.
today.
Okay.
No, I'm just watching him. I can tell, been around Shigenja a lot. This is a place of power. I'm going to be very quiet and very respectful.
Okay.
It's pretty obvious, even though I don't, never seen one, that the things they call kami are flying around.
So you guys party the next night, and the next morning you can make your
Woo, tea
rolling.
party!
Right.
The first person that gets the big pun about my character, I'll give you something special.
So I definitely got. So I have 2 more strife, but I got 3 more successes.
Okay. All right. So you're standing out there like a freaking rock.
Yup.
Anything in the next day you want to do?
I'd go take a look out there.
She's out there, standing is like
In the exact same position.
horribly stoic, right? Like
Yeah. Like staring straight ahead.
1,000-yard stare.
Can I?
Except sometimes you might hear me say something.
Well, if I was close enough.
Yeah, but you see me talking a little bit, but I'm not like looking at anybody to talk to them.
And you have been lectured non-stop since you started.
100%. Yeah. It's building up. It's building up to a
Right.
thing.
Would could I take some food to my friend? Is that a thing that would be acceptable?
Who you asking?
One of the random samurai that I've kind of gotten to know.
Oh.
No. No, don't even ask that. This is the test. She needs to pass it.
Fair enough.
If she starts lying, I'll go out there and smack her yourself. But she's doing this right.
If you feed her or give her water, it's just going to take
That would
longer.
be fun to see you try that. That would be fun. It's been raining, so I have water.
Like a turkey.
Fucking crap! I'll just scoop it out of the dirt and drink it that way.
We Shiba have a sense of righteousness, and this is right. She needs to do this.
So you guys have another drinking party
Yeah,
the
we
next
totally
night?
do.
And then
Yeah.
and the next morning you wake up, go ahead and make your own.
Another big mug of tea for me.
Right.
No, because it's dramatically appropriate.
2 days? Like at the end of the second day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Sundown of the second day.
Yeah, like actual second day.
I don't know why. I just said that, and then I heard like the 24 clock. Dun dun.
Done.
It's better than me because I heard Northern Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Sundown, you better be. Okay.
I'm going to stand up. I'm gonna.
Have any peasants stayed out there the whole time?
There's some out there, yeah.
That
They
have
probably
been there
want-
consistently the whole
No,
time?
they come and go. They
Oh,
come
all
and
right,
go.
all
But
right.
there's always a group out there.
Well, yeah, but they finished the harvest. They're on vacation.
They can do whatever they want.
Because
Come
I'd
in.
make a present for one that made it the whole time.
They won the achievement. No. I'm gonna like stand very stoically. I'm gonna take my swords. I haven't been wearing my swords like a samurai.
Right. Well, you normally when you sit down, you take them off anyway.
Right.
You take them off and sit them.
But before that, even I wasn't wearing them. Like I was carrying them with me, like on my back, but I wouldn't wear them as a samurai would, not being a samurai. I'm gonna lay them in the mud in front of me, and pull out my Tetsu Bo, and use it to smash them. And I'm gonna break both of them myself.
Okay.
Wow.
The swords my father gave me, because he's been a dick the last few days.
The whole time you're just staring right at his ghost.
Is that an outburst? Are you taking care of strife with that?
No, I don't get it. That's not what I do take care of strife.
Well, that's your usual thing. I think
crying.
Huh?
No, crying is how I.
Okay.
Like when I cry like a little girl. That's how I dishonor myself.
An ugly cry.
Probably ugly cry. Yeah.
Can you really
my
cry
name-
elegantly?
I'm gonna say out loud. My name is Makiko, formerly of the Crab Clan. I chose my pride over my daimyo's wishes, and vengeance over my responsibilities to my family and to my clan. I am not worthy of these swords. And then I'm going to kneel back down.
Okay. And the parade of people comes out again.
So there's a hubbub in the camp while we're over there?
You can hear her screaming, or however she
I don't
screams at the
sound
top
like
of her
that.
lungs.
I'm shouting.
And
but
you hear people like listening, think, yeah, she broke.
she did it.
And they come out, and the sort of shortish woman comes out, and she presents you with a daisho. She says, "This daisho belonged to Rokai-sama. Until recently, it was kept in Tetsu Bo, where he drew his final breath. It was brought here at the behest of our Shugenja. Rokai was known to the Inukai in his years as daimyo as the mighty oak, unwavering in the face of injustice. But as your birth clan stands in the face of danger for the rest of us, so did Rokai. In fact, it was in such a battle that Rokai was touched by the poison of Fuleng. He shares this end with many brave warriors of your birth clan." And she hands you the daisho.
While this is going on, I'm going to rush to the kitchen to get a bowl of rice and some water,
Go get a snack.
and go to greet her. When she walks through the doors, I'll be there to greet her.
And as you take the swords, Uedo says, "As you stand against the darkness that now descends upon Rokugan, may his strength be your strength." Then he turns and walks away.
I'm gonna bow and accept it. You're gonna walk in.
Okay.
If she walks in, I'll not slap her on the back, but give her and hand her a bowl of rice and some water,
Okay.
I'm gonna accept
And-
One of his
and-
less exuberant backpacks.
and give her a wink.
Okay.
Right.
You're like sitting there, eating, and like almost immediately you hear there's a gong goes off, and all the samurai come running out of their houses, and then like servants come up and open up the doors of the front of the keep, and there is the daimyo sitting on his dais, and this is basically is the call for his soldiers to
Time to go to work.
I'll go line up in the back
Okay.
because I'm the new guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my swords on
Okay.
correctly and then line up with him.
I'll hold the bowl for her and make sure that she stays near us, and then hand it back to her.
Okay.
I've got the food. I've got the food. Don't go away.
How to tame a crab.
No, I'm sort of want to make sure you don't go too far away. That wasn't easy what you just did.
Or that. That wasn't easy either.
To not have it break.
Yeah, right?
That's a skill.
And the same woman that handed you the sword is now standing next to the daimyo, and she says, "Ichido, Kazuki, Kameko."
That's
approach.
us.
Yes.
And you kneel. He looks at you. Do you swear loyalty to the Inukai family, to myself, your daimyo, and to the Emperor?
I do.
I so swear.
I nod.
So does he.
Very well. And he looks to the rest and he says, tonight we shall welcome the new members of the Inukai family, but we have pressing matters to discuss. He stands up and says, and as he's turning around and walking away, he says, follow me. And he heads back out to the tea garden.
Poor Stu, there's a jam. It's just like, thank fucking God they're all in the town finally. God damn it.
I look at him and said,
Listen.
I look at him and I got her. So I wrap my arm around you brotherly like and hand you back the bowl of rice. I said, come on, let's go. Keep eating. We'll walk.
I'm fine. I do not need your support.
I take it off and go,
On the plus side,
These soft Phoenix guys just don't know what a day's work is.
Stu will never have to worry about filling up the game session.
No.
Right.
Ever.
Oh, no, wait. Before he walks away, he says one more thing. I forgot
Box text.
this. Box text. Here is your first command. Be shining examples of the tenets of Bushido. Honor the memories of our honored ancestors, the blades from whom you now carry. Now follow me. Then he turns around
There
and
you
walks
go.
away.
That's nice.
So I actually wrote all this stuff.
Also, like,
because I had months to prepare.
kudos, your little speeches for each sword.
You like that?
Those are
Yeah.
super good.
Very
Well
nice.
done.
Kimmy's still reeling from the whole commie
so
thing.
good.
It really was.
You have to send that to me.
Okay.
Remember, Masashi dishonored himself, so we're not going to hear about Masashi maybe until later, if ever.
But I went through and listed a bunch of player characters and also like major NPCs and the swords they had and wrote little things for several of them.
Well, the only thing
Because I didn't know what you guys were going to make for characters.
It was Dave that had the bench that got made with the sword with the bow, because Masashi's thing was a bow more than anything.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
Because you wrote that super bummer ending, and then that made me write
Nobody
the
else
super
died.
happy
Everybody else
ending.
was all like, okay, and I'm like, somebody has to commit suicide. Seppuku, and he had and
I died.
No, but you wrote yours first,
yeah, that's true.
and I read it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's horrible! I can't, like reduced to quivering mash."
Yeah.
and
I was
Tyler's,
like, no.
Tyler's was no,
Tyler's was a
No
bummer
walk in the
too,
park,
and I
right.
was like, "No, no."
and that was
I went-
yours.
Mine was terrible.
You're all
Yeah.
you're all were downers.
Everybody wrote, and then that's why I was like, I have to be the guy that has like a bunch of kids and is just super happy-go-lucky, because that's
Right.
kind of my guy anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Masashi ended up a political pawn, and yeah.
Okay, so he leads you out to the tea garden, and the rain is. I mean, it's pouring rain now, and the rain it's less intense. It's kind of for some reason, it's more like a mist.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Right.
There's coming everywhere. We all know that. Who doesn't know that?
And there's like little cobblestone paths that like go around like cherry trees and things like that. And then, of course the pond that you went to earlier. You're now actually on the opposite side of that pond. And you know the little kozo, the
Stepping stones?
no they're the little
Little
memorial
like
statues.
mini
Yeah.
pagoda
Right, okay.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
To all the Inukai ancestors, and there's a bunch of them around. And there some of them are around the lake, and some of them are dotted around the other parts of it. And there's a crescent of like 3 benches, wide, long benches. And Uedo sits down and he motions for all of you to sit.
Sit down.
He says, "I come here often when what I am expected to do is in conflict with what I must do. I would ask why you came to this place. Besides the GM told you to.
Some guy said we had to make characters that would meet on the road to go to this place. So here we are. It seemed like this was the last best hope to finish a life as honorably as we began.
Yes, it seemed your reputation for accepting those who have lost their way and giving them a new path to follow. I also am pleased with the Crane clan's choices in the recent wars.
I look at her surprised.
Well, I am not. But I must say it seems that the heavenly whispers of the Emperor have fallen upon the ears of those who need to hear it. I must make you understand the gravity of the situation. He pulls out, reaches into his robe, and he pulls out a small, it's a small, very ornately carved box that's made out of jade, which of course is a very rare
Right, protect
material.
against the shadow, yeah.
And he opens it up, and sort of with a little bit of like deference and ceremony, he pulls out this scroll and he hands it to you.
To me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to very carefully, open it.
It says, "Be it known that Daimyo Inukai Uedo is a favored servant of the heavenly sovereign Hantai the 36th, Emperor of Rokugan, the Son of Heaven." That is written with his own hand.
I'm going to, bow. The Emperor. I'm going to, gently
Okay.
pass it
And
back to you, like it's almost like a holy
Places
object.
it back and puts it back in his robe. "This divine gift was presented to me in secret by the Emperor's imperial governor near here. And with it, he tasked me with a grave and terrible duty. The war that besieges Rokugan is a war fought by Fuleng. It is a war meant to upturn the celestial order. A war meant to turn Rokugan into a semblance of Jigoku. Fuleng has manipulated events in such a way that the hearts of Rokugan's great clan champions would be perverted and usurped by the malevolent will of Jigoku. We know this to be true, as I have sent courtiers under the guise of assistants to Crane courtiers to the courts of Rokugan. While they were sent by all appearances as assistants, they were in truth gathering information at great personal risk to themselves. Several have been caught and slain, but even more remain in place, gathering information for me and for the Emperor. But the time of information gathering has come to a close. It is now time to act on this knowledge. Are you familiar with the lion's claws?"
Would
I
we
raise my
be?
hand.
Okay.
I look at him and it's I'm pretty sure it's the reef of shoals that it's outside on the. No, it's the weapons of the lion. Yeah, it was the weapons of the lion.
The sacred swords
Yes.
of the
Yes.
Lion Clan. I know them well.
Some call them sacred
And I
men.
smack him upside the head.
I've heard the legends of such weapons.
They are 5 swords that once belonged to the children of the Lion Champion from long ago. The champion brought great injustice, it is said, upon the maker of these swords. This imbued them with the evil intent that grew within the man's soul. And that intent grew into a spirit that inhabited each blade. At least that is what my Shugenja tell me. Our courtiers believe that the crane, mantis, lion, and dragon champions have had their souls perverted by these dark spirits.
I nod knowingly.
Perhaps contained within these blades, causing them to start this insufferable war. The kami have told my Shugenja that I would receive 15 ronin. No, sorry. That was from the old days. Give me a second.
Is he say that? He's
No,
doing math?
yes,
Yeah.
15 ronin. That I would receive 15 ronin. I lost my place. Who would offer their lives in service to the Emperor. You are the final 3. And as such, I am giving you the most dangerous task. The winter court in Murashibishi Toshi begins in less than a month's time. And surprisingly, the Crane Champion has allowed the daimyo of Murashibishi Toshi to host him during his winter court.
I roll my eyes, shocked.
My courtier there, Itube, is gathering information. The Crane Champion is expected to arrive shortly before winter begins. Something that you must remember. We Inukai are Crane. But of course, we serve the Emperor first. If the Crane Champion is in fact tainted by a lion's claw, we must know it for certain. And it must be undone. Perhaps by exposing him, perhaps by vanquishing him, perhaps by taking the lion's claw from him. However it happens is unimportant. But the delicacy of this matter cannot be overstated. We are Crane. If we are seen as disloyal to the clan, they will turn against us, and the Emperor's plan is put asunder. Blame must not fall on the Inukai, for we have far more to do in service to the Emperor. Even if you must flee in the dead of night, you must return here, for I fear I may need your services again. I would say that Itube is a wise courtier. She knows the intricacies of the winter court, as she has been there for 10 winters. Seek her counsel. She will know the lay of the land. But know that Itube is a samurai of impeccable honor. She knows you are there to deal with the lion's claw, and will have her own ideas on how to proceed. But this judgment falls to you. Our efforts may, or will, call for great personal sacrifice in blood, in lives, and in honor and reputation. But know this, all who sacrifice for the heavenly Emperor's noble and just cause, shall be rewarded, if not in Rokugan, then in heaven.
I bow deeply.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's at the end of his...
He's at the end of his box text. Yes.
He minimizes that window and looks back at us.
I look at Dave's character with that look in their eyes like, we gotta talk.
Certainly not a small transition to join the Inukai clan.
No.
It is a wise choice to send those who are recently Ronin.
I nod.
Every single time Kimmy's
She has the face.
It kills me.
Come on, this is what this character is. I know it's perfect.
It's so good.
I don't think I've touched more Kimmy now than I ever have in our 15 years of knowing each other.
Wow! Oh God.
Apart from being slapped.
Right.
That's
Other than that.
That's right.
I don't remember that, though.
Well, I will do everything in my power to see this done.
You honor us with your confidence in us.
How long is the winter court? Is it the whole, couple of months of winter?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are in a... winters here are more mild there than they are in much of Rokugan, so travel is certainly possible. You will not be, if necessary, you will not necessarily be stuck there for the entire winter. But the court lasts for several weeks.
Oh. We should prepare to go as quickly as we can. Better to arrive before the champion, if possible.
And Itube-sama will be able to give us more information of those actively at the court, I assume.
Oh,
when we
yes.
arrive.
Yes. You probably until court begins, you will be able to find her at the White Ashen Stone.
I remember it. I spent some time in Mitsubishi Toshi at one point.
Oh. That will be of great use.
Yes.
That's not bad at all.
No, it's not. It's good sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're dismissed. Let's go.
Well,
We have to
again,
leave now.
thank you for your generosity in taking us in. And may we succeed in this task to prove your trust is worthy.
I nod.
I'm going to bow deeply.
And a servant comes and brings him a cup of tea, and he sits and he's sipping there, staring out
We're
into
going
the lake.
to quietly back away.
I'll sniff the tea before I go.
And he's like, oh, would you?
I'm not. No. I'm not like gonna lean over and be
I
like,
grab him by his collar and drag him towards the
Okay.
exit.
like if the servant came in carrying it, there it wafts on the wind.
Absolutely right.
Well, I would inhale.
Come along.
it.
What's drinking there? Looks
Nope,
nice.
nope. I grab him and pull him. Like we are leaving now.
Okay.
Yes.
A one-armed Shigenja and I write on my board and I said we all need to talk. Let's go to the
Yes, we should.
yes.
Let us gather around the umbrellaed campfire.
There's one where there's the usual suspects are there, and there's another one like a little bit farther down that is empty right now, but there's a fire going on.
Huh. Well, let's use the empty one first.
Okay. So you're at the empty one.
If the lion's claws have been corrupted, we absolutely need to do this.
Well, if they've been found and are being used by clan champions, that's the key.
No.
They were lost for so long.
Yes. But this needs to happen if this is true, and I don't see any reason that it isn't. And she's absolutely right. We are disposable, and anything we do, they can disavow. But this needs to happen regardless. Regardless, we need to find a way to stop this.
If the blades have been found and the corruption has spread, that could explain much about the political turmoil that Rokugan is in.
Yep.
Is there anything that you know of the city that would help us?
I am familiar with the White Ashen Stone. It is a jovial place with good food and good drink.
Ha! I nod enthusiastically.
It's a port city, right?
Yes. So, it is quite easy before the storms start for those of renown to make their way there. But once the storms come up, it's difficult for the ships to leave. So, there are many who end up in Mitsubishi Toshi for the duration of the winter with the storms, unless they are brave enough to travel by land.
Well,
Are we there though to at least meet the champion?
yeah, we're to attend court and deal with the champion. I was just curious about how many Mantis representatives we're likely to encounter. Also, since they seem to be in league with the.
It's a major court of call, and it's the Emerald Championship. There's everybody's going to be there.
Mm-hmm. There will probably be many mantis there. It is a frequent, a place they frequent.
Take a mantis, unicorn, lion, everyone.
Well, the Emerald Champion's not going to be there. This is the Crane Clan champion.
We are tasked with finding all five. Five? 5? Is it 5 claws?
Mm-hmm.
4.
Yes.
Well, we're tasked with finding the claws. Here, have some more. Take 2. They're small.
The strawberries.
If we are to discover whether the clan champion has one of the lion's claws, we would have to be very careful, for surely they will be working to hide such a weapon.
She's right. And if she has them, if the champion has them, then the others have them. This is
Well, I mean,
not an easy task.
if the Crane Clan champion has it, that his retinue probably doesn't have cursed weapons. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that if the Crane
The other
clan,
champions.
The
The other
champions do.
champions.
But they're probably not going to be there.
Oh, they almost assuredly won't.
Right, they'd be in their own lands.
Yeah, Winter Court generally, especially the higher ups, they host court. It's unusual for a champion to go to someone else's court during winter because they usually host it.
you know the corruption that a shadow infested weapon or a shadow the taint can do.
That's why
so hard to work my
I
way
use
around.
so many euphemisms to not use
The
taint.
touch of Fuling, as it were.
The touch of Fuling.
I hate it when fooling. Never. You know what? Sorry.
Right? No, I know.
Low hanging fruit. I'm not going to go. We're really just 12, Kimmy. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay.
There's even, it's okay. You know, there's even a symbol on the die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. The strife.
I'm almost certain that he isn't lying. I'm almost certain that his information is correct. I'm going to assume that he's right. I'm going to assume that the Krang champion is in possession of a tainted weapon.
The
Is he
word of
saying
the
anything
Emperor.
important?
We're all on the same page.
The only real question is, are we willing to do what it takes to get it out of his hands?
I certainly am not going to physically fight him.
Your daimyo just asked you to do
No.
this important task.
But to throw myself on a cursed sword because I have no talent at fighting it physically is not the right choice for me, is what I'm saying.
You have many other options. The
Right.
rest of us don't.
I have a toolbox that I can use that will help me accomplish our goal, which I'm willing to do, and even sacrifice myself in pursuit of this goal. But
You use many words to say very little.
a duel is not something that I'm equipped to handle.
When there are no other options, you may be forced to make that choice. You should prepare yourself for any and all possibilities.
She's right.
Sure.
Does he have something to add?
See, he agrees with you.
Bottom line is, that's a tainted weapon. You need to destroy it. We need to destroy it. It's the right thing to do.
Yes.
It needs to get contained. It needs to be handled.
I absolutely agree.
And we need to do it with however we can. And it might involve something dishonorable.
Not the first time.
This is not the first time for what?
Having to deal with dishonor.
Ah.
Tell her what I said. Tell her what I said.
We
Don't-
might have to act dishonorably to deal with the weapon, is what he's saying. For its danger is far greater than our personal dishonor.
I nod enthusiastically.
There is merit to that choice. But you must also see that by dealing with that weapon, that is the most honorable course of action. What dishonor could there bring? We bring upon us by dealing with such things?
A weapon like that can corrupt all around them. We will be hard-pressed to navigate those waters to the right side. Go ahead and say that, but I have a feeling that we are going to be on an uphill battle all the way.
You're right.
You want to just sum that up and say that you say that to her?
No.
Okay. I'm too tired of all
Tomorrow,
this.
we should see about acquiring transport.
If it is not too much to ask, I would like to go dry off.
Oh,
Yeah, she came right from outside where she's been standing out there for 2.5 days.
certainly.
Yeah, you dolt, and maybe a good night's sleep. She's been out for 2 days.
I said tomorrow. I didn't say right now.
I'm gonna smack you upside the head. You're
I
My goodness.
think we should set off right away.
Tomorrow. We'll travel better in
What
the
time
morning.
of day is it?
It's almost
sundown.
night.
No.
Yeah.
Well, if you do not want to travel by night.
We'll
No.
make better time in the morning anyway.
Light does not affect travel time.
It does if you're riding a pony or a horse.
All right, YouTube. Supplies and tactics. I'll go find maps. We need to spend the day preparing. I need to find out
gonna
where it's a Satoshi. We all need to get supplies.
No,
You
stop.
need to get some sleep.
Right.
Where's she going?
She's going to sleep.
I'm not even done.
It's fine. She's going to rest.
All right.
You get maps and supplies and such, and I will make sure that we have packed for the trip.
Can I suggest something, sir? Make her some tea. She could use it.
I will make sure to find some.
Thank you.
She's not having any of mine. That's what you meant by that, wasn't it?
You're right.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for the chat room to catch my joke.
Kimmy, you're still like 4 or 5 strife, right?
I'm at 4.
Like
Yeah.
2 or 3, I think.
Oh, I can help with that.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, drink some tea.
That's
like
what I was saying.
It's like a healing potion.
Is it? Oh, I thought
It's
I
a
had to
healing
do.
potion.
Don't I have
Oh,
to
I
do
can
my
do
pa-
a tea ceremony.
Don't I have to do my
Right.
passion thing?
That is one way.
That's one way. You also just have some tea.
That'll take care of it the next morning when I do my.
I don't actually know how to do the tea ceremony.
But don't worry about
Titanic.
it. Don't
Yeah,
worry
don't
about it
do it.
now. I was going to actually end now.
Ah.
It's
Oh, okay.
7:30, so we've been.
All right.
So, we good?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, then we're done.
Yay!
All right.
First
So-
session.
Are these holding over?
Let's hold them over for now. Yes.
Yes.
4.
Just because they were so like.
I mean,
excited.
if you listen to the old L5R games, we don't roll dice very often.
No.
We only roll dice. I mean,
I know.
a few Aiujutsu duels,
That's
like one every 3 or 4 episodes.
We don't play L5R like other people do.
It's a very talky
well,
game. For us.
I did the same thing in the Tales from the Loop. I said I let all the players hold them over because it's going to be a narrative-y game.
Right.
It doesn't. It's not fair to be like, oh well, we didn't actually roll dice this time, so fuck you, help a player.
Yeah.
Like,
Not fair.
Yeah.
So we are actively looking forward to everything we've done wrong in the forums.
Right. Although we've hit on very little mechanics so far.
Yep. Yep. Hopefully you guys are digging this. We're still finding our way. I'm kind of digging this. I'm liking
Yeah.
how this worked out.
I'm liking our characters. It's fun.
I think combat is going to end up being not deadly enough.
We'll see.
We'll see. But I have a
we'll
feeling.
find out. I can find a way.
You,
All right.
You don't know. I haven't rolled dice yet.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hope
So
you guys
that's it.
enjoyed it.
That's it for now.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you. If you want to know more about our characters and stuff, you can watch the last session. Also, we're going to be posting little blurbs on the forum about that. That's happyjacks.org/forum. If you want to check out what games we have coming up and when this game is next, which is in 2 weeks. It's fun to say that and actually be an L5R
Yeah, it
again. Check out happyjacks.org/schedule. And we're also Happy Jacks on all, or Happy Jacks RPG on all social media and stuff. So
And
do
that
the
was
things.
a blurb.
Blurb. Blurb. Right.
Blurb.
I'm in Max. You are listening to Happy Jack's RPG Podcast. I'm in Max. Pursuing the RPG hobby with reckless abandon.
And Saki.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.